From Perry High School, good evening. It's time for high school football, presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92. This is Clint Scroggs along with Brian Beatty. Ryan Bevere is under the weather tonight, so he is on the deck tonight, relaxing and having a cold drink as we bring you this pivotal, though it's the first week, pivotal Federal League matchup between the Lake Blue Streaks at 3-0, the Perry Panthers at 2-1. Perry shut out their first two opponents, then lost 15-9 last week against Warren Harding. Big story in that game was their 4 lost fumbles, 3 of those in the second half. Lake limited Brecksville to 6 first downs and 106 total yards in a 24-0 win last week as Lake goes to 3-0. Blue Streaks beat Perry twice in 3 weeks. Last year, they won in Week 9, 37-14, and then in the first round of the playoffs, 35-14. Lake has won 4 straight in the series. The Panthers lead the series 22-15. So we have Lake and Perry tonight, and we also have a number of other games coming your way. A Score 7 Friday night as always, and you'll hear about those games coming up in just a few moments, and you'll hear from the head coaches of both of these teams in a little bit. But for now, we'll take a timeout from Keith Wakefield Stadium as we get ready for high school football here on Q92, presented by the Sarshone Auto Group.
Sarshone Auto Group is Ohio's fastest growing automotive group with 6 locations in Northeast Ohio, featuring top brands like Chevy, Ford, Ram, Jeep, Dodge, and more. Experience the fast, friendly, no-pressure approach to car buying that makes Sarshone truly different. Visit Sarshone today or see the selection of thousands of new and used vehicles at Sarshone.com. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
Coming to you live from Louisville, Ohio, where tonight the 1-2 Louisville Leopards host the 1-2 Marlington Dukes in a former NBC rivalry matchup on AM 1310 WDPN and Q92radiosports.com. The Marlington Dukes committed tonight's game on a 2-game losing streak after losing to Northwest and Manchester in consecutive weeks. Northwest and Manchester a combined record of 6-0 on the season. They'll look to get back on track and back to 500 tonight on the road. And to do that, they'll be leaning on their senior quarterback, Bryson McCord, who this season has thrown for 384 yards and 3 touchdowns. His favorite target this season so far has been Cameron Evanich, who has 12 receptions for 201 yards and 3 receiving touchdowns this year. On the ground, Marlington's led by running back Luke Stanley, who has 34 carries and 110 yards and 1 touchdown on the ground. The Louisville Leopards committed tonight's game coming off a 35-28 loss to Northwest where their comeback fell short. They've been in every game this season. They've been playing very hard for Coach Kappas. And they are led by their quarterback, number 17, Tate Aljancic, who's done a great job leading and controlling this Leopard offense. The engine of this offense, though, might be running back number 15, Owen DiMarzio, who's done a great job running hard all season long and being a viable receiving threat out of the backfield. Tonight should be a fun one as someone is getting back to 500. Who will it be? Find out tonight at 7 o'clock on AM 1310 WDPN and, of course, streaming live at Q92radiosports.com. It's Marlington and Louisville. I'm Christian Bigglesworth for Q92 Sports.
Good evening, everyone. It's week 4 of the Ohio high school football season. I'm Jay Wilhelm, and I'm live here in Plain Township at Glen Oak High School as the Golden Eagles are at home to face the Canton-McKinley Bulldogs in the first Federal League matchup for both teams. McKinley comes in on the heels of back-to-back losses. In week 2, they fought to the end but fell short at Avon in a game that was marred by 31 total penalty flags. Last week, they went back home to Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, where they were taken down by out-of-state opponent Cass Tech 20-3. They'll look to get back in the win column tonight in their first Federal League game of the season. Glen Oak enters tonight at 0-3, looking for their first win. It's been a rough start for the Golden Eagles as they've been taken out by Villa Angela St. Joseph 42-7, by Maslin 45-0, and last week by Austintown Fitch 35-0. Hopefully coming back home after last week's away game can bring them the home cooking they need to attempt to turn their season around before it's too late. Tonight, one of these teams will take a step in turning around their season, and the other may just be done for. A lot at stake already for both teams tonight. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. Glen Oak, McKinley, live from Bob Cummings Field with Q92 Sports. I'm Jay Wilhelm.
What's trending? Here's what you can find online.
Q92radiosports.com is the official website of the Q92 Sports Network and your home for high school and University of Mount Union football and basketball games. From there, you can stream our live sports broadcasts, visit our SoundCloud page to listen to past broadcasts, take a look at our upcoming broadcast schedule, and connect to our social media. Your home for local sports news and live broadcasts is Q92radiosports.com.
Welcome to week 4 of the high school football season and the first week of conference play. In this week 4 matchup, we will have the 2-1 Green Bulldogs traveling to the 2-1 North Canton Hoover Vikings in a pivotal first Federal League matchup of the year. Since Green has joined the Federal League in 2015-2016, the Vikings had won every single matchup until last season that saw the Bulldogs take it 41-34 in the regular season and 31-7 in the playoffs. Both teams are coming in winners of their last 2 games, with Green winning 14-6 over Talmadge and Hoover winning 40-6 over North. Besides their losses in week 1, where both teams allowed over 20 points, their defenses have been stout, with Green allowing just 16 points in their last 2, while Hoover has allowed just 13. The Bulldogs are still without star two-way player Antonio Martin, who is coming off of a torn ACL. The offense behind dual threat junior Tyson Hunka, who played half of last season, hasn't entirely clicked, averaging just 18 points a game, with their scoring going down each time. They will look to senior star running back and linebacker Evan Reed to help carry that load, and the defense that has been locked down recently is led by star linebacker AJ Fortunato. For the Vikings, though, it's junior John Collins. He'll be the starter after taking over for the injured Zach Brocker. Collins has only completed 43% of his passes for 96 yards with a touchdown and an interception. However, it's the strong running game that powers this offense, led by senior A.J. Dolph, who has 279 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns, with Collins also doing it on the ground with 165 yards and 2 touchdowns. Who will get their 3rd win of the year and move to 1-0 in the Federal League? Will it be the Bulldogs or the Vikings? Only way to find out is by tuning in to Q92radiosports.com. For Q92 Sports, I'm Ian Herman.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to week 4 of Friday Night Lights. And our coverage today brings us to East Canton as the Hornets do battle with the St. Thomas Aquinas Knights. Both teams come in with an 0-3 record, both looking to get their first win of the year. As for the home team, the Hornets, they look for their first win since October 6th, 2023. As for the Knights, they have to go back to August 19th, 2022 to find their last win when they took down Struthers. So a lot at stake today in week 4. With a loss, playoff hopes are dwindling even further. With a win, they have plenty of hope and plenty of momentum going forward into the rest of the season. Look for a tough battle here. They did battle last year. It was all East Canton in that one. Aquinas looking for a bounce back. The Hornets looking for win number 1 and momentum and to keep their dominance over the Knights alive. You can watch live on the Q92radiosports.com website. For Q92 Sports, I'm Nathan Smee.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
Week 4 of high school football on the Q92 Sports Network brings us to Lombardo Field in Howland, Ohio for the matchup between the 1-2 Carrollton Warriors and the 1-2 Howland Tigers. This matchup is a preview of things to come in 2026 when the Howland Tigers will join the Eastern Buckeye Conference for just football and join the likes of Salem, West Branch, Alliance, Marlington, Minerva, and Carrollton. The Howland Tigers are trying to get back to the winning ways of old after only winning a total of 8 games since 2020. The Tigers started the season with a 28-0 win over Niles McKinley, snapping a 13-game losing streak dating back to the 2022-2023 season. The Tigers then dropped the next 2 to Poland and Hubbard last week, 24-3. The Tigers are a run-heavy offense, having thrown the ball only 28 times in the first 3 games and completing only 12 of them while running the ball 130 times. Leading the Tigers in carries with 71 for 382 yards is junior Dave Hanzu. Hanzu is also the team's leading receiver with 2 catches for 24 yards. The Carrollton Warriors bring back 19 returning lettermen from last season, but have a new man at the helm, Coach Storm Hill. Coach Hill was a football and baseball captain during his time at Carrollton and the defensive coordinator under former head coach Jim Selamos. The Warriors started the season with a 20-13 victory over East Liverpool, then followed up back-to-back losses to Triway 26-7 and Ridgewood 31-0. The Carrollton offense, which has implemented a new system this season, is led by senior quarterback Jacob Whitmore. Last week, Whitmore went 13 of 29 for 96 yards and was the leading rusher with 24 yards on the ground. Senior Dayton Naylor led the defense with 8 tackles, 1 for loss, and is a huge impact on the offensive line as a 3-year starter. Which team will get back to their winning ways? Find out tonight. Kickoff set for 7 o'clock. You can hear all the action tonight with me, Ryan Keller, and my broadcast partner, Mike Voorhees, on Q92 Radiosports.com. From Lombardo Field in Halland, Ryan Keller, Q92 Sports.
Week 4 of the high school football season and a really good Pac-7 matchup tonight between Northwest and Manchester in Canal Fulton. Both teams are 3-0, and both teams vying for the top spot within the Pac-7. For Northwest, so far through 3 weeks, it's been the play of their outstanding senior quarterback in Chase Badger. He's passed for 7 touchdowns and has truly taken that role. Coming into the season, there was a duel between him and the junior on the roster and Tyler Pappas as to who would be the starter, but Badger has truly separated himself. Northwest also has played some good defense through 3 weeks, better than last year, where they gave up almost 30 points a game. They're giving up right around 16 points per game through 3 games. For the Manchester Panthers, Phil Parton, they're outstanding. Sophomore tailback, 461 yards and 9 touchdowns through 3 games. It's part of a Manchester offense that averages over 310 yards on the ground per game. Biggest note for Manchester, though, is that they have not allowed a touchdown on defense. The only points scored on them this year was a safety when they played Sandy Valley in week 2. It's a defensive juggernaut that runs the football in Manchester against a team in Northwest that's balanced, and it's 2 3-0 teams tonight in Canal Fulton. You can listen to the game on Q92 Radiosports.com. I'm John Bozica for Q92 Sports.
The Q92 Sports Network brings you more high school football and basketball games than anyone else, by far. But did you know that you can go back and listen to our broadcast again? Simply go to the Q92 radio page on SoundCloud. We posted the games we broadcast for everyone to go back and relive. We have playlists filled with our high school football broadcasts from 2016 to this season. So go to SoundCloud now, follow Q92 Radio, and listen. And thank you for listening to all of our sports broadcasts of high school football and basketball on the Q92 Sports Network.
You're on Q92 with the head coach of the Lake Blue Streaks, Dan DeGeorge, and his team is 3-0 coming into their first Federal League matchup of the season, visiting the Perry Panthers. And, Coach, before we get to that matchup, let's talk about what's gone on so far this season for your team. You come in 3-0, win over McKeesport in Western Pennsylvania, win over Boardman, and a win last week against Brecksville, a shutout. How has your team evolved and grown since the season started?
Yeah, first of all, appreciate you having me on, but we have slowly gotten a little bit better each week, even going back to our first couple scrimmages. Defensively, we have been pretty strong, and that was something we knew coming into the season because we've got a lot of guys back there, but offensively, it's sort of been a work in progress, and we're still not close to where we need to be, but we've been making some small improvements each week and in a lot of phases. So I think we're heading in the right direction, but obviously things change a lot. And now we get into Federal League play, a lot better competition. And we know we got a tough one this Friday versus Perry.
If you would, some of the things that you've improved on, you mentioned the offensive side of the ball, and you have some people in new positions there, especially quarterback, and how that side has gotten better as the first 3 games have gone by.
Sure. Yeah, we lost a really good running back from last year and a handful of receivers. Both our quarterbacks that we played last year are gone as well. So we had a lot of spots to fill. And, early on we were sort of figuring out how to score points and who we had to get the ball to. And that's still a work in progress. But in all three of our games so far, we've had different guys step up offensively for us, offensive line wise. We had a couple starters back, a couple new guys starting for us, so they're working themselves into understanding how to play on Friday night in the trenches, and they're slowly getting better. So for us to be successful, we got to run the ball and run the ball well, and we're getting a little bit better at that each week. So, some good things, some good signs, but still a long ways to go.
You mentioned the running game. That always seems to be what you're going to hang your hat on there at Lake. I know you try each year or have tried in the past to get more out of the passing game, and where does that stand right now?
Sure, yeah, we're going to run the ball when we can. I mean, we want to, take time off the clock and get first downs and keep our defense off the field. But we're going to throw the ball around. We're going to need to because we're going to face some really good defenses. And maybe Ethan Huntback is one of our main receivers. He's a really good threat, very fast kid. So, for us to be successful, I mean, we have to throw the ball consistently, take a few shots every game, and hopefully we can make good on a couple of those shots and score some points.
Well, you talked about the defenses you'll face, and one of those this week is Perry, and they had not given up a point in their first two games and gave up a couple of scores last week against Warren Harding, but you're very familiar with them. You played them twice in 3 weeks at the end of last season, and I'm sure you know what you're up against going against the Perry Panthers this week.
Yeah, very, very well coached, particularly defensively. Got a lot of guys back from last year's team, so a lot of guys with some experience. They're just very, very solid at what they do. They don't give up big plays. They tackle well. They run to the football. So, yeah, it's going to be quite the challenge for us offensively. So we got to protect the football. We can't turn it over. And when we have a chance to get a big play or first down, we got to make the most of it.
It always comes back to when you're talking about Perry, the wing T offense, and coaches pretty much universally saying, it's hard to prepare for just because you don't see it and you can't really practice it as well. How do you approach it?
Yeah, it's very tough to prepare for because, again, like you mentioned, you don't see it too often. We did see week one a veer option scheme, which is similar to the wing T. Boardman ran it week 2. They didn't run it as good as Perry by any means. So we've been a little bit more familiar with it this year. But again, the way and the style that Perry runs it is different. Again, very well coached. So for us defensively, you just got to be really good and do your job and not get your eyes lost in the backfield and the ball fakes and the guards pulling and things like that. So, but again, like I said, easier said than done. They're very good at it, very solid up front. The backs run hard, very good quarterback that can also throw the ball a little bit, and he's running the ball as well. So it's going to be a big challenge for us.
That's Dan DeGeorge, the head coach of the Lake Blue Streaks. They take on Perry this week, Coach. Good luck, and thanks for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Finding the right space to open or relocate your business can mean the difference between success and failure. The real estate professionals at Putman Properties will help find the perfect commercial property to suit your needs. Putman Properties specializes in office, retail, warehouse, manufacturing, investment, and multifamily residential real estate. Looking to sell your commercial real estate? Putman Properties marketing professionals will utilize local, regional, and national networks developed over 30 years to command the highest yield available. Contact Putman Properties at 330-498-4400 or visit them online at putmanproperties.com.
Getting ready for tonight's game against Perry and Lake. It is the head coach of the Perry Panthers, Zach Slates, and his team coming in with a 2-1 record. Lake in at 3-0. And coach, this big Federal League matchup starts the season. That seems to mean the most to a lot of people around here. How do you approach it as far as conference play versus non-conference play?
You always get up for these games in the Federal League, and our kids had a good week of practice, and we got after it a little bit and got physical, and the kids stepped up to challenges, so that was good to see.
Well, last week against Harding, you played a tight game, a very close game that went down to the last play, actually. Unfortunately, it was probably turnovers that really spelled the doom for your team. Did you see a common factor in those plays? Of course, it was a rainy night, but did that have anything to do with it?
we got to have ball security. We talked about it all week, and we knew it was going to be raining, and it's just we got to hold on to the football. And it really killed us. And having 6 fumbles and losing 4 of them, you can't do that and expect to win a game. It's just like giving up a touchdown on a special teams.
The opponent tonight is the Lake Blue Streaks, and of course, you know a lot about them. Most people expecting a pretty close to the vest, tight game in that one. When you see the Lake Blue Streaks on film, what do you see?
Just a really good team. I mean, they got really good players that then they play together. So it's a good team that way. Guys like Christopher and Lippy and DeGeorge and all those guys. They just play really good and really sound football on both sides of the ball, and they want to pound the rock on offense and play sound defense. And they're not going to blitz and do all those things that some teams like to do, and they're just going to play sound, secure defense.
When it comes to your team, as you come into a game like this, dealing with a loss, a big game this week, shouldn't be that hard to get up for this game. But where does the leadership on your team come from, and who are the ones that are stepping up and maybe impressing on the others how important this is?
Yeah, we got guys like Austin Maddox and Mike Millen and Dom Scott and Tyson Walker. Those guys got to step up, and John Clintworth on the D line. All those guys got to step up and demand it out of everybody on the team.
All right, that's head coach Zach Slate for the Perry Panthers. They're taking on Lake tonight. Coach, thanks again for your time and good luck.
Your hats, please.
This is high school football on Q92, presented by Sarshone Auto Group.
Welcome back to Keith Wakefield Stadium at Perry High School. Clint Scroggs along with Brian Beatty as we get set for the 3-0 Lake Blue Streaks and the 2-1 Perry Panthers. This is always an intriguing matchup because of the styles of the teams that, though not identical, are very similar this year, maybe even a little more, just because of the way the two teams have started out this year.
Yeah, that's for sure. You know, it's going to be ground-controlled offensive ball game for sure. You know, the biggest thing, Perry tonight, is kind of take care of the ball. No excuses, no rain, beautiful evening. So, you know, take care of the ball. Once again, they run that traditional wing T style offense. They're going to pound you, and they'll slip that pass in once in a while, which we found out last week. And they have a great special teams with number 5, Brock Huggins, great kicker. You know, if it comes down to an extra point that way or a field goal, that might be important. Lake, you know, I always say, you know, you got to be mindset ready for a wing T. They've actually played 2 wing T teams already this year with the Keysport, which they're running back from Keysport, top running back in the class of 27. And then they played Boardman, which is a true wing T. So they've had, you know, you usually don't have teams come in that's already played against the wing T, but they have seen that. So, yeah, it should be a great game tonight.
The Life Care Family Health and Dental Injury Report says that Lake's lineman Thomas Lombardi, returning to start on offense last week, or play some defense this week, and Perry gets back an important player this week. Evan Laubacher, who had a broken wrist, is back and should play on both sides of the ball tonight. Panthers hope to get running back Caleb Hunley back next week. He's been out since week 1. Lake will kick off there in the traditional all whites tonight with the blue numbers and blue letters trimmed in red. The blue helmets with the red and white stripe across the top. Perry in the black jerseys, white pants, white numbers, white stripes, black helmet. with the white trim. And we are just about ready to go. Bright sunshine, a breeze blowing the opposite direction tonight from our right to our left, away from the scoreboard, east to west as this game starts, and Lake will kick with the wind. And it's Braden Talkington kicking it to the near side and out of bounds, or out of the end zone for a touchback. And so Perry will start 1st and 10 on their 20-yard line. Their quarterback is Austin Maddox, 6'2", 185, and a senior. Last week, 4 of 10, 62 yards. Didn't run the ball at all last week. And on the season, he has been their leader through the air, their leader on the ground this season as things get started. That's Lawhan on the carry. Caleb Lawhan, who was their leading rusher last week, gets the first carry and picks up only about 2 yards on the play. So the Panthers with a 2nd and 8. See if we get a look at Evan Laubacher anytime soon. He's not in there right now. They have Luke Wolf split out to the far left side. Wing each way, one back, Maddox under center. Man goes in motion to the left. That's Kyson Walker trying to get around the end. He's wrestled down at about the 25-yard line. Brought down on the play by Braden Mitchell, a senior for Lake. And it will be at the 26. So 3rd down and 4. 2 running plays to start things for Perry, not surprisingly.
No, not at all. They're going to hammer it right at them, and Lake has responded on the first 2 plays. See what happens here. 3rd and 4.
They'll come out now with Wolf to the near left side. Man on him. And Maddox back to throw. Being rushed. Rolling. Steps up. Gonna run. 25, 30, 34-yard line and a 1st down. Finally put away by Braden Schrock. But good running there from Austin Maddox, who we said last week didn't run a lot. In fact, did not have a planned run for him in the ball game, but they pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, that wasn't a planned run there. Number 5, Patterson Hunter came off the edge, kind of lost contain there. And Maddox made a nice decision and just took the ball upfield.
Here's a handoff over the left side. And it's Caleb Lawhan, the junior, out to the 35-yard line. Lawhan on the season came in with 89 yards, averaging a little over 7 yards a carry. And it will be 2nd down and about 8. About 2.5 minutes into this first quarter from Perry. Play comes in from the far sideline. Luke Wolf goes over there after just about every play and gets the play from a coach and brings it into the huddle. He'll split to the near side right. Walker is the slot right. They have one to the left and one in the backfield. Maddox turns. Quick hitter up the middle. Lawhan has some space and busted up the middle to near the 43-yard line, and it looks like another Perry 1st down. Panthers had a good drive last week on the opening drive, running the ball. Didn't score on it, but they started out running well. It didn't last all night.
Yeah, exactly. That was a nice run there. Just kept his feet going there. He would have maybe broke that, but yeah, nice run. And once again, yeah, an excellent start. Perry on the ground.
Crowd still filing in. Good crowd here tonight. And the weather, as we said, much better than last week. Wolf near side right, wing each way. A man comes in motion. That's Laubacher. They'll give it up the middle. Lawhan again. Across the 45 and out to the 46-yard line. So 3 more on the play. Lawhan listed at 5'11" and 220. You can hear the wind blowing in the field mic. The flag off to our right, not completely straight out, but is being blown quite briskly by the breeze. We are coming up on 4 minutes into this first quarter. Perry started on their 20. They're out to the 46 with a 2nd and 7. Lake with 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers. As the man comes in motion again, they go with Lawn over the left side, and he gets it out to the 48. That'll be a couple more on the play. Seems like a lot of this is just setting up stuff for later. They'd like to be successful with it now, but they have men in motion they're not giving the ball to. They just keep going up the middle.
Yeah, they'll be watching that in the box, see who's going with who when they're going in motion. They hit a couple dump passes, out in the flats last week. That might be something that'll open up here, a 3rd and long.
Charlie Christopher in the middle of that Lake defense, their leading tackler. As we have a timeout, a whistle. Christopher with 28 coming in, including 4 tackles for loss, a couple of sacks. He's also their leading rusher by 1 yard. And he's in there on defense right now as Perry has a 3rd and 5 on their 48-yard line. Laubacher goes in motion left. Back is Maddox, rolling right, being rushed. Gets away from the first man, but he's going to go down all the way back on his 35-yard line. Hunter Patterson and Braden Mitchell combined on the sack. They'll spot him on the 37. He loses 11 on the play, and Perry will have to punt.
Yeah, Lake, they saw Perry's linemen. They sit back a little bit. You can tell they're passing, and they're just going straight ahead and overpowering some of the Perry linemen up front, and he had no way to get set up and try to get rid of that ball.
Well, a Lake player, Joe Esposito, was coming off the field, and he just had to go down there right about at the numbers on the near side of the field, so we'll have a timeout for that. On the Sardis scoreboard, Lake and Perry are scoreless. Other games in action tonight. Marlington is at Louisville. Aquinas at East Canton. Sandy Valley at Minerva. McKinley is taking on Glen Oak. Triway and Fairless, a couple of undefeated teams are meeting. Manchester at Northwest. Canton South is at Orville. Jackson is at Mayfield. Central Catholic at Salem, looking for their first win. Massillon hosting Canisius from Eastern Pennsylvania. They have an early 7-0 lead in that one. Green and Hoover, CVCA and Tuslaw, Ellet and Alliance meeting tonight as Joe Esposito being helped to the near side. Looks like maybe a left ankle injury as he is being helped to the training bench. Perry will punt, or at least they'll line up to punt on 4th down and 15 on their own 37-yard line. Brock Huggins punting, averages 30.5 per kick. And as we say, kicking into a pretty stiff breeze. Low end over end kick taken on the 30. 35 to the outside, and that's all. As Ty DeGeorge, the son of the coach, goes down. So 33 on the punt and about 5 on the return, and Lake will take over 1st and 10 from their 35 with 6:23 to go in the first quarter. Their quarterback is Alex Quire. He is a junior, 6 feet, 175 pounds. He's thrown for 418 yards this season, completing 63.5% of his passes, 4 touchdowns. Quire in the pistol, throws it near side, right through the hands of the receiver, DeGeorge. You see the wind wobbling that ball around as it was coming to the near sideline. The pass coming straight to the sideline, and the wind was messing with it.
Yeah, you want a tight spiral on there. That's a quick release. You want to catch the ball. And receivers, they're going to get their eyes upfield a little quick on that one because it's a quick pass. So just took his eye off it.
2nd and 10.
He can't yell about that because he's the quarterback also.
Ethan Hunt out to the right, 3 to the near side, 1 back in the pistol. And a give up the middle. Christopher out to the 40, using his bulk to get ahead for about 5 yards on the play. First man up for Perry is Dom Scott, the senior linebacker. One of many mentioned in the pregame interview by Zach Slates, the Perry coach, as leaders who have to step up this week and get their teammates ready for this first Federal League game. Trips near side, one to the right. Play action, throw to the right side. It's caught out at the 50-yard line, and a first down on the catch by Ethan Hunt.
Hunt made a great adjustment there coming back. The ball was thrown on the opposite side he was looking at. He turned out, and the ball came in. He made a great catch there and got the first down.
11 catches coming in for Hunt, 200 yards. And 3 touchdowns. They move the chains to the 50. Another quick throw near side. Here comes DeGeorge, 50, and dragged down on a nice play coming from the inside out by Kevlin Belknap, sophomore, on the defensive side for the Perry Panthers. So that's a gain of about 3 on the play. 5:08 left first quarter, no score on the SARTA scoreboard.
You know, beginning of games, coaches usually have a script. They want to look to see, like you said, you know, Perry's pretty traditional. So it's like Lake's testing these flats out, see if they get some one-on-one matchups.
Trips out to the right this time, one to the near side. And it's DeGeorge taking the snap, fakes the handoff, runs to the near side, and he's forced out of bounds. I'm sorry, that was Quire running the ball to the 46. So he gets only about a yard on the play, and it'll be third down. And 6 to go for the Lake Blue Streaks. 3 wins on the season against McKeesport, PA, against Boardman, and last week against Brecksville. Again, trips right, one to the near side. Christopher to the left of the quarterback. In the pistol, who's trying to simulate the snap, but nobody moving. Now he looks to the near side for the play. Christopher switches over to the right. 8 on the play clock. Snap back. Quire. Play action, looking middle, throws, broken up on the play. That's Austin Maddox, who came up from the safety position to knock that pass away from the man over the middle, Dylan Spotzeller. And on 4th and 6, Lake will send in their punt team. Josh Landis to punt, averages 39.3. One man back for Perry, standing at his 10-yard line. No rush. Kick is away, and it's a wobbler to the far side. It's going to take a late bounce inside the 20, inside the 10, inside the 5, and they can't save it. It's a touchback. Just barely. Again, Perry with only one back there, and he was just unable to get to that short, low kick. And the Panthers fortunate the ball went in the end zone.
Yeah, no chance to, you know, I've always, big opponent, you got to catch the ball, but there's no way he's going to get to that. But on the other side, you need to get to the end zone and then come back out of the end zone. So we saw that last week.
On the SARTA scoreboard, Howlett 7, Carrollton nothing. Aquinas up 6-0. McKinley up 8-0 on Glen Oak. Maddox takes the snap on first down. Running left is Kyson Walker, and he can't get to the edge. As Charlie Christopher comes up to make the stop. And that's going to be a loss on the play. Let's see where they spot it. Back inside the 20 on about the 18-yard line. So -2 on the first play for Perry. We're down to 4 minutes to go in the first quarter of a scoreless contest. Perry has McKinley next week. Lake will be here at home again against Glen Oak. Here's a swing pass to the near side. Walker has it across the 25 and out to the 26-yard line. Brought down on the play by Dylan Spotzeller. They'll spot it on the 25, actually. So it'll be third down and 5 here for Perry.
Great tackle there by Spotzeller in the open field. It was one-on-one. He took it down immediately.
Luke Wolf into the huddle with the play. Now he'll split out to the far left side. They have a wing each way. Walker and Marcellus Harris. Now Harris goes in motion to the left side. Maddox trying to roll left, but flags and whistles And the Panthers are going to be called for a false start. So that'll back them up to the 20, right where they started. It'll be 3rd down and 10. 3:04 to go in the first quarter. Not surprisingly, we've been moving along pretty quickly. Though the teams have put it up early on, they've been very successful passing the ball. But the clock with these two will keep running most of the time, which is the way the coaches prefer it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Perry, don't like these situations, 3rd and long.
3rd and 10. It's a quarterback draw. Maddox up the middle, and he is out across the 30. I think he's got the first down. He ran it up there tough and picked up the necessary yardage. Picked up 11 on 3rd and 10 on the quarterback draw. Sponsella with another tackle for Lake. And so a big conversion there for the Panthers to keep it for a new series. 2.5 to go first quarter.
Yeah, we saw a lot of that quarterback running last week. And it was just another draw. He just faked the out and then just found the hole, and great strong run there.
Actually, Maddox over 100 yards rushing this season, but that play is going nowhere as they try to go up the middle with Kyson Walker. Brought down on the play by... Didn't see who that was. I thought it was...
I think it was 47, Kyle Hammer.
47.
Yeah.
Hammer with the tackle.
That's a football name there.
Kyle Hammer. Only a junior. 2nd down, and we'll call it 9. Maddox in the pistol, looking around for somebody to give the ball to. Nobody's there, so he's going to have to run it, and he's going to go down for a loss back inside the 30. He'll spot him on the 29-yard line.
It almost looked like it might have been a draw. But I was watching the Twins out on our side. They didn't really run a pass pattern. They kind of just jogged and started blocking. So I think that was a draw all the way, but Lake had it sniffed out for sure.
Another tackle for Hammer, and it will be 3rd down and 12 as we're under a minute to go in the first quarter. Almost going in real time here in the first 12 minutes. They'll send 2 out to the left, 2 to the near side. Empty backfield. Maddox takes the snap, rolls out to his left, throwing back down the middle, and a rolling attempt. It looks like a catch by Walker across the 45 and close to the 50-yard line. That's going to be a first down. 20 yards on the catch in the middle of the field, and another big 3rd down conversion for the Perry Panthers.
Yeah, great pass there, great catch. Went down low and scooped it right off the carpet before it hit, and Perry first down.
Could it be that Perry's been holding some things back the first couple of weeks, getting ready for this first Federal League game?
Yeah.
From their 49, 1st and 10. Roll right throw to Walker, and he's hit in the flat just as soon as he caught the ball by Christopher, who came up to make the hit back on the 47. It looked like he was in the Perry huddle on that play.
Yeah, he definitely read the back. He was going wherever the back went in motion, and he exploded. There's no doubt.
That's the end of the first quarter from Perry. After 1, Panthers, nothing. Lake, nothing. You're listening to High School Football, presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
High school football exemplifies the true meaning of teamwork. At Friends and Family Credit Union, our team of local friendly professionals offer the same true spirit for our members. With a wide array of products from vehicle loans to personal loans, family secure checking with ID Protect, mortgage, home equity line of credit, and more. For over 60 years, we have the game plan for your financial well-being. Visit any of our 3 convenient locations, online or mobile banking. Now, more than ever, it's time to bring a friend into the family.
This is high school football on Q92, presented by Sarshone Auto Group.
"12 quick minutes in the books from Keith Wakefield Stadium. on a beautiful night for football. We had heavy rain last Friday night, but that's been about the only rain we've had around here in the last month or so.
That's for sure. I think Ryan's at home drying out, I heard. I'm not sure if he was sick or just drying out.
I don't know. That might be all related.
Yes, exactly.
Standing out in a rainstorm last Friday night and not being able to go tonight. Hope he's listening. He better be listening. That's all I got to say. First down for Perry from their 47. Now working from our right to our left, away from the scoreboard here at Perry. Panthers late getting a player on, and they're going to call a timeout. It was Marcellus Harris who was late coming on, so we have a timeout. Haven't played down yet in the second quarter, but we'll take a break. No score. You're listening to High School Football, presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
Sarshone Auto Group is Ohio's fastest growing automotive group with 6 locations in Northeast Ohio, featuring top brands like Chevy, Ford, Ram, Jeep, Dodge, and more. Experience the fast, friendly, no-pressure approach to car buying that makes Sarshone truly different. Visit Sarshone today or see the selection of thousands of new and used vehicles at sarshone.com. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
This is High School Football on Q92, presented by Sarshone Auto Group.
On the Sardis scoreboard, Howland 7, Carrollton 6, Northwest up 9-0 in the first quarter as Perry will run their first play. It's a double handoff, and it goes nowhere as Walker ends up being tackled on his 47, actually losing a yard. So it'll be 3rd and 13 here for Perry. They've converted 2 straight third downs. And they'll have to do it here again to start this third period. Stay tuned for the Paramount Elite Player of the Game following tonight's broadcast. Paramount Elite for all your general contracting and home restoration needs. Perry will come out again with 2 receivers to each side, a wing to the near side left. And Maddox in the pistol. Takes the snap, sets up, fires deep far side, and it is intercepted by Braden Schrock down at the 24-yard line. Braden Schrock with the pick. And Lake will take over. Schrock with his first interception of the season.
That was a great catch by Schrock on that. Great pressure. Number 6, Corey Dasco Miller really forced him to make that throw. Great interception, great hands.
Louisville up 7-0 over Marlington. 2.5 to go in the first quarter there on the Sardis scoreboard. And Christopher gets the handoff over the left side. And he takes it from the 25 to around the 28-yard line. Last man up for the Panthers, Antonio Salazar, 265-pound sophomore. They have some big boys on the line for Perry. Here comes Ty DeGeorge into the game for Lake. He'll replace Chase Fuller. And DeGeorge will come to the near side right, one out to the left. That's Luke McClure. They have Hunt to the near side, as well as back to throw. Quire deep down the middle has a man open, and he overthrew him by about 5 yards as DeGeorge ran straight by the Perry defensive backs. But Quire a little bit over anxious there and got that pass out too far for his receiver.
Yeah, just missed that one wide open. Good pressure by Perry up front. Once again, you have to get the ball out a little bit quicker than you wanted to, probably. So he may be holding his ribs. He took a good little shot there.
Mike Millen came off the left end and put some pressure on the quarterback to set up this 3rd and 7 for Lake from their 28-yard line. 1 out to the left, 3 to the near side. Sponseller, the wide man. And back is Quire. It's going to be a draw, looking for a place to run. He gets it to the 30. And doesn't want to go down. Finally wrestled down to the turf. John Clintworth, one of those there for Perry. He had a lot of help, and the stop at the 31-yard line will bring up a 4th down and 4 for the Lake Blue Streaks. 2 minutes into the second period. And nobody has really gotten close to scoring in this one unless you count the long pass that could have been a 77-yard touchdown or so. A 67-yard touchdown, but was overthrown. And the punt team back on for Lake. Kyson Walker back for Perry. A lot of time to get the kick away. He does. Fair catch immediately called for by Walker, and he takes it on his 33-yard line. 36 on the punt, no return. Going to spot the ball on the 35, but he was not on the 35-yard line when he caught that ball.
They're going to find the a line, put the ball on there, so it makes the change easier that way and everything. See that at all levels of football now.
So the spot is at the 35, so Lake punter loses 2 yards off his average there. After one, Howland 7, Carrollton 6 on the SARTA scoreboard. And Perry with a 1st and 10 on their 35. In the wing tee. Delay handoff up the middle. And this time it's Connor Shepard. Had some good runs last week, though he put the ball on the ground a couple of times. This time he'll only get 1 yard on the play. Kyle Hammer, the last one up for Lake on the play. 1 yard gain.
Yeah, number 54, Thomas Lombardi for Lake. He's only 5'9", but 215. He's very short, but very strong. He kind of broke up that play going in low. Great pressure up front.
Connor Shepard, the leading rusher for Perry, coming in, averaging 6.5 per carry, 140 yards. So they have a half a dozen running backs with over 70 yards. Here's a give on the end around and a nice tackle in space by DeGeorge. Jonathan Lemon coming around the corner. The sophomore, like he maybe could have just put his foot in the ground and tried to come upfield. He tried to get to the outside.
Get outside. He needs to find that gap and, like you said, put your foot upfield, get north and south. That east and west won't get you anything. And a great open field tackle, like you said, by DeGeorge on that.
3rd and 8 for Perry from their 37-yard line. 2 out to the right, 1 to the near side. The wing is to the right side. Running back behind. Maddox in the pistol, who goes back to throw. He's got a man here on the screen. Walker, 40, good block, 45, and out to the 49-yard line. Leading the way was Preston Daisy, the junior, the offensive lineman who got out and put the block on the DB to spring his running back for the 1st down to the 49-yard line.
Yeah, Perry, that's a great call by Perry. It's all up in the box. Every time that Perry's thrown, Lake has just come after him, and you could tell the defensive lineman knew they got through way too easy on that play, and they ran a nice screen play. With a great call.
All right, 1st and 10. Lemon will be the slot right. Wolf will go out wide, 1 to the near side. That's Jaden Wilson. And Maddox throwing out to the far side of the field. And a catch with his knees on the ground by Luke Wolf on the 46-yard line. That'll be a 5-yard gain for Perry, setting up 2nd and 5. 7:20 to go in the first half on the SARTA scoreboard. And we are scoreless. After one, Louisville leading Marlinton 7-0 on the SARTA scoreboard.
That was a nice throw by Maddox out in the flats. That was 6-yard, 7-yard gain, but he put some zip on that.
Here comes Wilson to the near side again. 2 out to the right. Now a man in motion left. A big man, Shepard, as they give it to a smaller man up the middle, and good room for Kyson Walker into the secondary, cutting back, and now a flag comes in as Walker's going to go all the way for the touchdown. 46 yards if it counts, but it might be coming back.
He might have sideline infraction. I think he might have ran into Coach DeGeorge on that, coming down the sideline, the official.
All right, well, in that case, that would be a good touchdown. Yes, it is a sideline warning The official coming down the near sideline made contact with one of the Lake coaches. And so not a penalty, but a 46-yard touchdown run for Kyson Walker to give Perry the lead. Brock Huggins for the extra point.
That was a nice little change up by Perry there.
And the kick by Huggins. He remains perfect on the season. 6:46 to go. First half on the Sardis scoreboard. Perry 7, Lake nothing. You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
The Q92 Sports Network brings you more high school football and basketball games than anyone else, by far. But did you know that you can go back and listen to our broadcast again? Simply go to the Q92 radio page on SoundCloud. We posted the games we broadcast for everyone to go back and relive. We have playlists filled with our high school football broadcasts from 2016 to this season. So go to SoundCloud now, follow Q92 Radio, and listen. And thank you for listening to all of our sports broadcasts of high school football and basketball on the Q92 Sports Network.
This is high school football on Q92, presented by Sarshone Auto Group.
Perry Panthers have taken the lead. Not quite halfway through the second quarter. It's a 7-0 advantage on the 46-yard touchdown run by Kyson Walker. His second touchdown rushing this season. And now Lake will be called on to answer as Huggins kicks it off. And all but 2 of his kickoffs this year have been touchbacks, and that one again lands 8 yards deep in the end zone, this one with the wind at his back. So that was just about a foregone conclusion. But Perry, I'm going back to what I said earlier. They kept some things under wraps coming into this game tonight.
Yeah, that's for sure. You know, we didn't see that type of scat back. You know, the quick little back last week, and yeah, nice move. And like I said, they're putting the ball in the air. They're trying to, you know, have them thinking a little bit, just not concentrating on the wing T.
I believe it was Connor Shepard who's been carrying the ball a lot and who lined up as the wing on the left side there at 220 pounds. Now Alex Quire and the Lake offense starting from their 20, coming around the end, across the 25 and out of bounds. That's Ethan Hunt.
Number 23,
Let's see where they put him on the 26, so a 6-yard pickup. Hunt's on the season.
And 6 on the play brings up 2nd down and 4.
It's their leading receiver with 200 yards through the air. And also a runner. Here's a throw out to the left. Hunt has it, and he's hit immediately and dropped.
What the hell kind of block is that?
Chase Fuller trying to set a block out there and couldn't get his man on the ground as he was outweighed out there significantly by John Clintworth, an offensive lineman who was up on the back to get through the block and make the tackle back on the 23-yard line.
Yeah, great play there by Perry. They just trying to be quick dump out there. And like you said, he just didn't get the block.
So it'll be 3rd and 7. 5:38 to go in the first half. 2 out to the far side left, 2 to the near side for Lake. Alex Quire, the junior quarterback, takes the handoff, sets up, throws middle, man open, and a rolling catch at the 34-yard line by Dylan Spotzeller. And that'll be a Lake first down as they pick up 11. Spotzeller with the rolling catch. It's his 3rd catch of the season. The Blue Streaks go right to the line of scrimmage and then look to the sideline for the play. So it takes them a while to get going, but they still have 15 on the play clock. 2 receivers each side. Christopher in the backfield to the right of Quire. He'll get the handoff, looking for a hole. Doesn't find one. And he's going to be wrapped up after another short gain. This time it looked like Noah Mays, the senior linebacker, pulled down Christopher on the 36. And we'll pick up a couple on the play.
Yeah, Christopher just put his head down there and piled ahead. There was nothing up front.
Seeing Joe Esposito for Lake. He's got his jersey and pads off, sitting up on the bench. Looks like he's done for the night. Here's a throw to the near side, intended for Spotzeller. That one was high and outside and incomplete. That one got affected by the wind, it looked like, as well.
Yeah.
Long sideline passes might be a problem tonight.
Yeah, it just sailed on him, went right over his head. He was open, but
Esposito had the injured ankle, it looked like, earlier, and he's, again, on the training bench here on the near side with his jersey and shoulder pads off. That happened on, I believe, the first possession for Perry tonight. Here is a 3rd and 8. Choir back in the pocket. Going to throw it deep and overthrown again. Spotzeller running free between the deep safeties. And I'm outnumbered on the near side of the field, but the throw again was not on target, and Lake will have to punt.
yeah, they flooded the zone there, split the safety, and just overthrew him again.
That's on no pressure. Choir had plenty of time to throw the ball. And now it'll be punting time again for Lake.
Number 4, Tyson Walker. Number 17, Josh Landis in the punt for the Blue Streaks.
Josh Landis, the punter. Kyson Walker, who scored the touchdown for Perry, waiting back at his 31-yard line. But first, didn't catch that unless it was a clock problem.
I think with the play clock wasn't set right.
All right, now we're ready to go. Landis lined up to punt. Good snap by Davis Matson, and the kick is to the far side. It's going to bounce and take a Perry bounce, and finally they fall on it on the 46-yard line. It's only going to be about an 18-yard punt with a short kick and the Perry bounce. So the Panthers, with 4:12 to go in the first half, will take over near midfield again, already leading 7-0. Stay tuned for the Paramount Elite Player of the Game following tonight's broadcast. Paramount Elite for all your general contracting and home restoration needs. Green leading Hoover 7-3. And Louisville up 14-0 over Marlington, early second quarter. Here we have 4:12 left in the half. As Perry goes under center with Maddox, hands it to Walker, trying to sweep right in, cuts inside, cuts outside, across the 50 and into Lake territory, close to the 48-yard line. I'll put him on the 49. So that will be a 5-yard gain for Perry on first down for Kyson Walker. Stay tuned. The Putman Properties halftime show coming your way. We'll have news and scores and highlights of the first half of this game. One back, man comes in motion. They give it to him again. It's Walker trying to go around left end. He cut inside a tackler, but then was hit from behind and dropped by Gavin Salzwimmer, a junior. It was Christopher who slowed the play down, and then the pursuit came from behind. Pick up to the 47. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Gain of 2 on the play brings up 3rd down and 3.
Perry's trying to stretch him here a little bit.
Walker out to the right, wing each way, one in the backfield. Walker in motion right. Maddox rolling right. Dumps it off underneath, caught by Walker, and he's going to go out of bounds with a first down at the Lake 39-yard line. That's going to be an 8-yard pickup. Stops the clock with 2:53 to go in the first half.
Yeah, Perry sprint out right there. Walker, and I didn't get the other number, sprint out protection, and he just slips right out in the flats, and they just dump it to him, and he gets out, turns upfield, and picks up the first down.
It's been a, dare I say it, diversified offense for the Perry Panthers tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're a lot more outside.
They have 2 receivers to each side, and Maddox in the pistol. Here comes a man in motion. They hand it to him. It's Lemon trying to go around the left end, and again, he's greeted rudely by Kyle Hammer back at the 42-yard line. He'll lose a couple of yards, actually 3 on the play. That one has not worked tonight for Perry. It does tick a little more time off the clock. We're going to be down under 2 minutes when the next play begins. 7-0 Perry on the Sardis scoreboard. It's time to go out to the right, one to the near side. They have a wing to the right and one back. Maddox in the pistol. Takes the snap, wants to run a draw, and he's in trouble, and he's going to go down. First man in the backfield was Ryan Lippy. Christopher came in to clean it up. And with 1:37, the clock is stopped on a late timeout. So we'll take the break with 1:35 to go in the first half. Perry up 7-0. You're listening to High School Football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
Get into SARTA and get SARTA Smart. There are several ways to ride SARTA. Pay your fare the way you want. Use our Easy Fare app to get your ticket on the go. Tap to pay with SARTA Score and Touchdown cards. You can even pay with exact change in cash. The price is right and you can purchase at any of our transit centers. Tickets start as low as $1.50 per ride, or you can get a 30-day pass for $45. That's how you get into SARTA and get SARTA Smart. Visit SARTAonline.com/smart.
This is high school football on Q92, presented by Sarshone Auto Group.
7-0 here, Perry over Lake. With 1.5 minutes to go in the first half. Elsewhere on the Sardis scoreboard, Central and Salem tied at 7. Green 7, Hoover 3, McKinley 8, Glen Oak nothing. Orville 14, Canton South 13. CBCA 14, Tuslaw nothing. Louisville up on Marlington by a couple of scores. Fairless 7, Triway nothing. Northwest 9, Manchester nothing. Massillon up on Canisius 22-0 in the second quarter. Trying to avenge that loss last week. Jackson up on Mayfield 7-6. Sandy Valley leads Minerva 14-0. And Louisville 17, now Marlington 14-7 for Louisville in that game. Perry here with a third down and 16. Maddox back, throws far side. Walker in the right flat has it. 40-35 and out of bounds on about the 32-yard line. Spot him on the 33. It's a 13-yard pickup, and it sets down a fourth. Sets up a fourth down. As nobody went with Kyson Walker out of the backfield. Perry coming in now with the field goal team. Yeah, I believe so. This is going to be about a 50-yarder with the wind at his back. Brock Huggins on the season, 1-for-1 field goals, 9 for 9 in extra points. 13 of his 15 kickoffs have gone into the end zone. His only field goal attempt this year from 28. This one on the way, and it's good. 50 yards for Huggins. And Perry takes a 10-0 lead with 1:23 to go in the first half. Take a break. You're listening to High School Football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
By choosing Life Care Family Health and Dental in Canton as your medical home, you'll have access to a variety of integrated health services, including dental, vision, women's health, children's health, and behavioral health. Life Care's goal is to provide comprehensive and coordinated medical care to maximize health outcomes for you and your family. If you are sick, we have same-day appointments for our current patients. For information on how to become a new patient, visit lifecarefhoc.org. At Life Care Family Health and Dental, you will never get turned away.
This is high school football on Q92, presented by Sarshone Auto Group.
Perry has extended their lead. With 1:23 left in the half, they lead Lake 10-0. Carrollton up on Howland now 14-7 with 40 seconds to go in the first half. Ryan Keller calling that game. As Brock Huggins, the terrific place kicker for Perry, will kick off. And he hits it again. And hits it well into and out of the end zone. That one landed on the back line. He does have the breeze at his back, and he takes full advantage. So Lake will take over 1st and 10 in their 20 with 1:23 left in the first half and 2 timeouts.
College of Charleston's getting a a nice special teams kicker there. That's a leg on him for sure.
You were saying that field goal halfway up a little set of bleachers behind the goalpost down to our left. Lake on 1st and 10. Alex Quire, the quarterback, has 3 receivers far side left, 1 to the near side, and they throw it over the middle. It's caught and bobbled and dropped in, intercepted and incomplete. Let's see what we have. I think the ball hit the ground. It wouldn't be a fumble. Hunt, I don't think, ever had control of the ball. Perry all saying it's their ball, and they might have fallen on it, but I have to think that was an incomplete pass. What's the call? They're putting the ball down where the play ended, and I have no idea what the call is. You have 4 officials talking about it now. It looked like it was never controlled by the receiver.
Controlled. No, he looked like he was a point guard going down the court there, caught it, put around his back, tried to hold on to behind his back, and they did throw the orange bag, which means the ball is loose, but that's more for spotting reasons.
Right, in case there's a penalty or something like that. But it looked like he never controlled the ball, and the Perry player who came in and tried to pick it out of the air also didn't control it, and the ball hit the ground. But not sure what the call is going to be. Well, they're calling it an interception, which means apparently the ball never did hit the ground. See if we can catch a replay. As the ball went over the middle, the receiver never has the ball. Now it's pinned behind his back. The Perry player comes in, and the one who came in first did not end up with the ball. So I don't know who actually came out with it. But according to the officials, the ball never hit the ground. So it would be an interception for Perry on the Lake 39-yard line.
Yeah, trying to watch the TV replay here. It looks like it just landed on one of the Perry players' legs, and another one just grabbed it.
If he had said it was a fumble, I would have disputed that, but he said it was an interception. Perry with the ball on the 39, 1st and 10, play action. Maddox wants to go deep. Down the middle for Walker, and it's overthrown. He was well covered down inside the 5-yard line. Running stride for stride with him was Braden Schrock. So it'll be 2nd and 10. 1:10 to go in the first half. Perry up 10-0. Stay tuned. The Putman Properties halftime show coming up in just a bit. Perry on the Lake 39 with a 2nd and 10. They have 2 timeouts remaining. And they have a very good field goal kicker.
Last week we were in the rain. You couldn't see as many passes by Austin. But I tell you, this gentleman has a very strong arm. I'm very impressed the way he stands in the pocket also.
Maddox takes the snap, rolls to his right. Still rolling, being chased, throws downfield, a catch on the sideline. And no signal, apparently incomplete. The Lake players are clapping. Pass was intended for Harris. Oh, it's Lemon, sorry. Jonathan Lemon, who got knocked out of bounds on the far side of the field. So incomplete in 3rd and 10 on the 39 with 1:02 left in the half. You could go for first down here. You could also go for something in the 5 to 7 yard range to get up, set up for a field goal.
Absolutely.
One man out wide right. One to the left. Maddox will hand it off. Walker running right. Cuts back. 35. Down to the 33-yard line. And with under a minute, it'll be 4th down and 5 on the 33. See if Zach Slates is going to wait here to have the play clock run down. It just started. We have 39 on the game clock, so they can run it down to about 12 or 13 on the game clock if they want to try a field goal here.
Yeah, maybe got another play in here. They got the ball spotted, on the right hash where they want it, but you could run something up the middle. And
they are going to let the play clock run down. As it does, the game clock stops with 12.4 left in the first half. Perry taking their 2nd timeout. We'll keep it here as they're going to come back with a 4th down and 4 on the 33-yard line.
See, that's me not paying attention. I didn't know it's fourth down. I should know better to doubt coaches, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Having been one yourself, when
Yes.
when you were a player, that's another story.
Yeah.
But, so Perry up 10-0. They have a timeout here. One left. They could run another play, but that would seem to go against Zach Slate's MO. And I do see Brock Huggins on the field. So this will be, again, right around 50 yards. It'll be a right to left kick rather than a straight on kick. So we're going to be another 50-yard field goal attempt for Huggins. He made one earlier. Now trying to make a second right before halftime. Snap, ball down, kick on the way, a line drive, and it is no good. It went under the crossbar. It was a line drive. He never got under it. Good pressure from the outside by Lake. I don't know if that affected him. But Huggins, though he had the distance, never got the ball over the crossbar.
No, 23, Ethan Hunt for Lake came off the edge, and it's a lot easier when you're kicking them out there and you don't have any pressure. But
I believe I heard the PA announcer say his previous 50-yarder was a school record.
yeah, that's what I heard also.
Carrollton and Howland tied at 14, end of the first half. Hoover up 10-7 on Green. Two to the near side, one out to the left with 9 seconds left in the half, and it's going to be a handoff. Bouncing it outside left is Davis Matson, and he's going to pick up a first down out to the 33-yard line. Picked up 13 with 1.7 to go in the first half. 14-yard pickup to the 34, but the clock will start, and that will be the end of the first half here from Perry. And after 2 quarters of play, the Perry Panthers, with an excellent first half of football, take a 10-0 lead into the locker room over the Lake Blue Streaks, who come in undefeated tonight as Perry was 2-1, Lake 3-0. But it will be the Perry Panthers to lead at the halfway mark of this one. I think, Brian, the question a lot of people probably had, we've seen Perry start quickly in years past, but once they get into the meat of the schedule, it hasn't gone as well. Would they do the same this season? This is a pretty good start to the Federal League campaign for the Perry Panthers.
Yeah, absolutely. Perry came in last week, 2 shutouts in a row, and they played a very good Harding team, very athletic, and, they got 2 scores. It was a ball game, came right down to the wire. And once again, Perry shutting out Lake, whose offense has been, strong this year, and they played some tough competition. But, a little bit Lake just doesn't feel comfortable offensively. It just doesn't seem like they got into a groove, into a rhythm, and Perry's opening up a little bit. I mean, there's no doubt, like you said earlier, they've been hiding stuff until they came into league play here. It's nice to see.
All right, it's halftime from Perry with the Panthers leading Lake 10-0. Stay tuned. The Putnam Properties halftime show is coming up. You're listening to High School Football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
Hartville Sports Cards, located on Grand Turk Avenue in Hartville, is here for your sports collecting needs. Specializing in modern sports cards, singles, and boxes, they provide a range of services including buying, selling, trading, grading, and consignment. Their mission is to foster the growth of
For details, always drive safely. Financing for 24 to 48 months from Kia Finance KF. Subject to credit approval by KF to well-qualified buyers for purchase of a new 2024 Sportage or 2024 Sorrento. Excludes hybrid PHEV. $21.22 per month per 1,000 financed at 48 months. No down payment required. Subject to vehicle availability and dealer participation. Must take delivery by 9/30/24. Limited inventory available. See Kia retailer for available stock.
For the Putman Properties Halftime Show, I'm Jeff Mears with Q92 News. A man accused of assaulting the driver of a Plain Local Schools bus while children were still on board faces charges. On September 4th, 30-year-old Jeremiah Jackson of Canton allegedly entered the bus without permission and told the driver to exit the vehicle for a fight. According to court records, he then punched the man in the face and head several times. Parents trying to get their children were also alarmed when police responded to the scene. The incident occurred in the 3300 block of Daleford Avenue Northeast. Jackson was arrested Thursday on a warrant charging him with assault, inducing panic, disrupting public services, and aggravated menacing. He was arraigned today in Canton Municipal Court. Ohio school districts now know how they fared in the state's latest report cards. They were issued today by the Ohio Department of Education. The 1 to 5-star rating system is based on each district's performance on state exams. Jackson, Lake, and North Canton schools received 5 stars for overall performance. 4.5 went to Louisville, Northwest, and Tuslaw. Fairless, Minerva, and West Branch received 4 stars. 3.5 were received by Brown Local, Canton Local, Marlington, and Perry districts. Alliance, Austinburg, Plain, and Sandy Valley got 3 stars. 2.5 were received by Canton City, Massillon, and Sebring. The ratings were also based on performance in 5 categories: achievement, progress, gap closing, graduation, and early literacy. The son of former Canton Mayor William Healy was killed in a crash Tuesday night. Canton police say 26-year-old Austin Healy of Massillon was operating a motorcycle eastbound on Route 62 between Cleveland and Market Avenues when he struck the rear of 2 vehicles and went off the road into the median. Healy was pronounced dead at Mercy Hospital. He was wearing a helmet. No one else was injured. The crash took place just before 10:30 p.m. A federal judge sentenced a Lake Township man for his role in an illegal gambling operation. Jason Karchar was given 2 years in prison and 3 years of supervised release. He must also pay nearly $1.4 million in restitution. Karchar pleaded guilty in July 2022 to 2 counts of income tax fraud. He was accused of running 2 skill game parlors in Plain Township and failing to report income. Karchar reportedly destroyed records as part of the scheme. His wife, Rebecca, was sentenced in February 2023 to 2 years behind bars. A Sebring man faces charges after a search of his home. Acting on a tip from the Ohio Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force, police in May seized the computer of 63-year-old Douglas Brock. Investigators say they discovered evidence he had downloaded images of child pornography. One of the images involved a girl aged 12 to 14. Brock was indicted by a Mahoning County grand jury on 3 counts each of pandering, obscenity involving a minor, and illegal use of a minor in nudity-oriented material. No court date has been set. More news after this.
The Q92 Sports Network brings you more high school football and basketball games than anyone else, by far. But did you know that you can go back and listen to our broadcast again? Simply go to the Q92 radio page on SoundCloud. We posted the games we broadcast for everyone to go back and relive. We have playlists filled with our high school football broadcasts from 2016 to this season. So go to SoundCloud now, follow Q92 Radio, and listen. And thank you for listening to all of our sports broadcasts of high school football and basketball on the Q92 Sports Network.
Firefighters responded to an explosion in Columbiana that sent 3 people to area hospitals. The blast was reported just before 8 p.m. Thursday at Sorbana Aluminum Extrusion on Esterly Drive. Fire officials say the pouring of molten aluminum billets was taking place when some type of leak caused at least 1 employee to be covered in molten metal. They were flown to Mercy Hospital in Pittsburgh. 2 other victims were transported to St. Elizabeth Health Center. No deaths have been reported. Nearby pallets and other materials caught fire. Firefighters quickly put out the flames. The Columbiana County Drug Task Force says an East Liverpool home was the focus of a raid Thursday morning. Officers entered an address on Minerva Street and found 2 females and a male. Kabir Tisdale was arrested on a warrant for failure to appear in court. Officers also found suspected fentanyl, methamphetamine, cocaine, psychedelic mushrooms, prescription pills, and drug paraphernalia. The Ohio BCI lab is testing those items. Tisdale faces potential charges of drug possession and trafficking pending the lab's results. The task force says the 2 females may not be involved. A Youngstown man has been convicted of charges resulting from a 2023 shootout that left one person dead and 2 others wounded. A jury in Mahoning County Common Pleas Court Thursday found 22-year-old Vashad May guilty of aggravated murder, attempted murder, felonious assault, and being a felon in possession of a firearm. The charges stem from the April 2022 slaying of 24-year-old Rasham Aponte. He was shot in a vehicle while a 24-year-old female passenger and her 3-year-old daughter were wounded. Police said more than 50 shots were fired from multiple weapons. May will be sentenced Monday. Officials in Trumbull County's Lakeview School District say they decided to close school Thursday after a series of online threats. Superintendent Ashley Hendrich says administrators and police were notified of the message that were initially believed to be threats. They concluded they were not credible. An investigation is underway. The decision to close came hours after multiple area school districts were alerted to a separate series of social media posts that were later discredited. We'll return you to the stadium for the second half of tonight's game, right after the forecast from News 5 meteorologist Mark Johnson. For the Putnam Properties Halftime Show, I'm Jeff Mears for Q92 News.
Overnight lows tonight, comfortable, quiet, 59 degrees under a clear and starry sky. Saturday, more bright sunshine, blue skies, a high in the middle 80s. I am Mark J. Weather from News 5.
Sarshone Auto Group is Ohio's fastest growing automotive group with 6 locations in Northeast Ohio, featuring top brands like Chevy, Ford, Ram, Jeep, Dodge, and more. Experience the fast, friendly, no-pressure approach to car buying that makes Sarshone truly different. Visit Sarshone today or see the selection of thousands of new and used vehicles at sarshone.com. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
Finding the right space to open or relocate your business can mean the difference between success and failure. The real estate professionals at Putman Properties will help find the perfect commercial property to suit your needs. Putman Properties specializes in office, retail, warehouse, manufacturing, investment, and multifamily residential real estate. Looking to sell your commercial real estate? Putman Properties marketing professionals will utilize local, regional, and national networks developed over 30 years to command the highest yield available. Contact Putman Properties at 330-498-4400 or visit them online at putmanproperties.com.
Get into SARTA and get SARTA smart. Sure, we're all about Stark County, but did you know we have express fixed routes to Akron and Cleveland? Just take Route 81, that's Akron, or Route 4 to Cleveland. Shop, eat, sightsee, catch a game, or visit that other Hall of Fame. We also take veterans to their Wade Park appointments for free. Plan your next trip to
You have the scores,
and SARTA
highlights.
will be there. That's how you get into SARTA and get SARTA smart. Visit sartaonline.com/smart.
This is high school football on Q92, presented by Sarshone Auto Group.
Welcome back to Perry High School and Keith Wakefield Stadium. Clint Scroggs and Brian Beatty with you here on Q92. Our high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group. This is the Putman Properties halftime show. And our halftime score, the SARTA scoreboard has the Perry Panthers ahead of the Lake Blue Streaks by a score of 10-0. I'd like to mention RG Drag, one of our sponsors. They sponsor our red zone. I don't think either team got in the red zone tonight, at least not in the first half. The touchdown was from 46 yards. We had a couple of 50-yard field goal attempts. I don't believe we had a play run inside the 20-yard line in the first half.
No, everything was kind of in the middle of the field. Everyone, just trying to fill each other out in that first quarter. Perry felt a little bit more in control, found the outside, a little bit more, bobbing and weaving, I want to say, by the running backs instead of just straight ahead on this big front from Lake. And once again, I just impressed with the Austin Maddox's arm strength, and watch him throw the ball. He has a nice ball. Lake's had some opportunities deep, just overthrown both by just a couple yards. They might come back to that, but like I said right before half, they just don't feel comfortable offensively yet. They're just kind of still thinking and haven't seen the George. You know, they like running that 2-quarterback offense, and you know they have it in there. You know, they practice that all the time. That's, you know, something they do all the time. So maybe they'll look to do that a little bit in the second half. But we'll see.
Yeah, they've missed a couple of deep shots as well. They had a chance to maybe to get some deep runs there in that first half, but were not able to convert, or deep throws. In the first half, we had only one touchdown, and that came on the aforementioned 46-yard run. It was by Kyson Walker. We were kind of in a scoreless stalemate at that point, but Perry took over. They lined up in a new formation where they put their big man as the wing and the small man as the running back, and it led to this big play. There comes Wilson to the near side again, 2 out to the right. Now a man in motion left, a big man, Shepard, as they give it to a smaller man up the middle, and good room for Kyson Walker into the secondary, cutting back, and now a flag comes in as Walker's going to go all the way for the touchdown. 46 yards if it counts, but it might be coming back. That made it 7-0 with the extra point by Brock Huggins, and then he came back later in the first half and added a Perry school record 50-yard field goal, put his team up 10-0. They got the ball back after an interception and had the ball again inside Lake territory, got stopped on the 33, tried another 50-yard field goal. Huggins had the distance, but the ball was just a line drive. It went all that distance under the crossbar, which you don't see very often. So that one was missed, and we have a 10-0 score at halftime. Some first half statistics for you. First downs, Perry had 7, Lake had 3. Panthers 5 of 9 on third down, which was big. 2 of 5 for Lake in the first half. Time of possession was 13-10 for Perry, 6:21 for Lake. Each team had a turnover in that first half. Individually in the first half for Lake, they try to get some stuff done on the ground. They were unable to in that first half. Charlie Christopher, 3 carries for 10. Alex Squire, 2 for 4. Ethan Hunt, 1 for 6. And Davis Matson, 1 for 14. Squire, 4 for 10, 21 yards, 1 interception, 11-yard long. That was to Dylan Sponsettler, who had only the 1 catch. Tied to George, 1 catch for 3. Ethan Hunt, 2 for 7. Josh Landis punted 3 times, averaged 32.7 in the first half for Lake. For the Perry Panthers, Kyson Walker, 61 yards and 8 carries, 46 of that on the touchdown. Caleb Lawn, 5 carries for 17. Austin Maddox, 5 for 1. Connor Shepard, Jonathan Lemon, 1 for 1 each. Marcellus Harris, 1 for -3. Maddox, 7 of 10, 63 yards. 1 interception. He was sacked 3 times. Walker caught 6 for 58, including a 20-yarder. Luke Wolf, 1 for 5. Brock Huggins punted once for 33-yard average. Let's take another timeout here. When we come back, we'll have some scores of other games from the Sardis scoreboard. This is the Putman Properties halftime show, and you're listening to high school football. Brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
Troyer's Dutch Market in Perry is bringing Holmes County to your neighborhood. Stop into Troyer's Dutch Market at 3435 Lincoln Way East in Perry, where you will find your favorite walnut creek and Troyer's home pantry products, such as meats and cheeses, fresh bread and buns, homemade dressings, baked goods and desserts like the fry pie, and the 10-pound chocolate bar, or your favorite Troyer's home pantry pie. Troyer's Dutch Market in Perry, bringing Holmes County to your
behind the shoot.
neighborhood.
Matson has
High
one
school
aid,
football
two.
exemplifies the true meaning of teamwork. At Friends and Family Credit Union, our team of local friendly professionals offer the same true spirit for our members with a wide array of products from vehicle loans to personal loans, family secure checking with ID Protect, mortgage, home equity line of credit, and more. For over 60 years, we have the game plan for your financial well-being. Visit any of our 3 convenient locations, online or mobile banking. Now, more than ever, it's time to bring a friend into the family.
This is high school football on Q92, presented by Sarshone Auto Group.
Here's the 1979
10-0 Perry at halftime over Lake.
Your family.
And let's see if we can catch some of the Perry marching band. The Perry High School marching band. The Panthers leading at halftime at 10-0. So let's take a look now at the SARTA scoreboard. Massillon up on top of Canisius 35-0 at halftime. Mayfield 13, Jackson 7. Louisville up 14-13 on Marlington. It is Hoover 10 and Green 7. East Canton 29, Aquinas 6. McKinley up on Glen Oak 21-6. Carrollton and Howland tied at 14. Hoover 10 and Green 7. And also on the scoreboard, moving around a little bit, Triway 10 and Fairless 7. CBCA 27. And Tuslaw nothing. Sandy Valley 28, Minerva nothing. Northwest 22, Manchester 6. Salem 14, Canton Central Catholic 7. Canton South 28, Orville 14. And the last score we had on Alliance was Ellett up 6-0, but that was the first quarter score, so nothing recent on that one. I believe I said Northwest up on Manchester 22-6. All right, we have time for one more break. We'll come back for the second half of play with Perry leading Lake 10-0. You're listening to High School Football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
Sarshone Auto Group is Ohio's fastest growing automotive group with 6 locations in Northeast Ohio, featuring top brands like Chevy, Ford, Ram, Jeep, Dodge, and more. Experience the fast, friendly, no-pressure approach to car buying that makes Sarshone truly different. Visit Sarshone today or see the selection of thousands of new and used vehicles at Sarshone.com. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
This is high school football on Q92, presented by Sarshone Auto Group.
Our sideline reporter, my daughter.
I was going to say, is that a and one more scoring on the Sarda scoreboard, West Branch and Cheney 0-0 at halftime. I was going to ask if that was a reliable source that you got that score from.
Yeah, that's my daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to believe that. So that's a surprising score. This one may be a little bit surprising, too, with people around the county seeing that Lake is, first of all, has no points in this first half, and the Perry has 10, and the Panthers were seemingly by far the at least more in sync team in the second quarter of that game after pretty much of a stalemate of a first quarter. As you said, Lake just didn't look in sync on offense. They missed some long passes. They converted a couple of third downs, but the running game has been nothing so far tonight for Lake.
Yeah, they're not getting anything up the middle. They're running that bubble. I could see them maybe running the bubble and slip someone off of that maybe for a big play. But Perry, we talked before the game, a beautiful night, no turnover, or one turnover and an interception, which was almost as good as a punt. But they're taking care of the ball, and offensively, they're just playing Perry football. And, we're in the league time now, and it's smash mouth, and be ready for a great second half here.
Captain's going to meet at midfield to make sure nobody forgot who gets the ball first. Start the second half. Lake Blue Streaks coming to the near sideline. Perry Panthers out to the far side. Lake in the all-whites tonight. Looking very Lake-like. And Perry, likewise. Very traditional color scheme for them with the black jerseys and white numbers and white pants with their black helmets.
I don't know who washes Lake's uniforms, but they are very clean tonight. That is for sure. Especially
You win $392.
looking good.
Yeah, I was just noticing that, just how incredibly white they are under the lights tonight. All right, Lake will receive the second half kickoff. This time it'll be Brock Huggins kicking into the wind, but he's shown the ability to get the ball to the end zone in that case regardless. And the wind's still blowing. Again, it's straight out of the east, which is very bizarre, as it has been all evening. Basically all day for that matter. Beautiful night. Temperatures probably dipping into the upper 60s now. Maybe near 70. And Huggins ready to kick off. Tied to George and Ethan Hunt back to receive for Lake, who trail at 10-0 as the second half will get underway on week 4. Our third, done 5 games, 4 weeks, and 3 of those games have been here at Perry, basically standing in the same spot. It's a pretty nice vantage point for a high school football game.
Absolutely. I played with the principal here at Perry, and he got me a parking spot and everything.
I had to walk from all the way out there by 13th Street. What's going on? Here's the kickoff, and that one is going to go again into the end zone about 3 yards deep. So the wind is about an 8-yard wind for Huggins. And another touchback, and 1st and 10 of the 20 for the Blue Streaks, trying to get something going offensively after being held in check in that first half. He had 55 total yards in that first half. Perry had 141, 46 on one play, which was the only touchdown of the game so far. Blue Streaks were all set to start this play on the near hash mark, but now they move the ball out to the middle of the field. So 1st and 10, Alex Quire, quarterback the entire first half, but Ty DeGeorge is in there to start the second half. He'll bring a man in motion, fakes it to him on the sweep, and he'll run it up the middle. And he runs into the arms of John Clintworth just across the 25-yard line. So a pickup of about 5.5 on the play. On the season, George has run for 79 yards, averaging about 6 yards a carry. About 5 yards a carry, actually.
Yeah, this is nothing new for Lake. This is something you usually see a little bit earlier in the game. So we're going to come out the second half. And
they bring two to the near side, one out to the right, and they'll hand it off up the middle. Not a whole lot of room. And that one's going to be stopped at about the 29-yard line. I think that's Christopher, and it is. It will go down on the 29, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 1 here for the Blue Streaks. Just underway in the second half, 1 minute in. Lake trailing 10-0. Calling on their sophomore quarterback, Ty DeGeorge. How about that? A coach's son is a quarterback.
Yeah.
3rd and 1 to George in the pistol. He's going to run it himself right up the middle, and he has blasted right at the line of scrimmage. He might have the first down. Connor Shepard hit him right in the chest. But forward progress to the 30 will mean a first down for the Blue Streaks.
yeah, design run there all the way. I would recommend Mr. DeGeorge following Christopher through that. You know, follow that blocker a little bit more outside, but he was trying to get his head down and get that first down. But just does give him an option more of a run. He's going to read it, you know, with pounding with Christopher up the middle, and then George can keep it outside.
Luke McClure comes in with a play. He'll be the wide man to the near side left. They have Hunt and Sponseller out to the right. Wing right, one back. Delay handoff. Christopher trying to get to the outside, and he's dragged down about the 31-yard line on a very nice play by Noah Mays, who made a nice play in the first half to shut down a Lake offensive effort. They'll give him 2 yards to the 32. 2nd and 8.
Yeah, great tackle there. Most people that go high on Christopher ain't going to bring him down, but he's a strong kid also. Nice open field tackle.
Listed at 6 feet and 195. Christopher at 6'2 and 230. 2nd and 8 for Lake on their 32. Again, they go with 2 out to the right, 1 to the near side. Wing right. This time the back to the left of his quarterback. To George, play action. Rolling right. Now he's going to run back to his left, and he's going to get very little. He might even lose yardage on the play. Shepard again in on the tackle for Perry. And they'll spot him back at the 31, so they lost a yard on the play. 3rd and 9.
Got happy feet back there. Had a seam route. I think that's 22. It was right down the middle. Came back to huddle with his hands on his helmet. He was wide open, but haven't thrown the ball yet. You know,
so it'll be 3rd and 9. Handoff. Christopher up the middle to the 34, maybe the 35. And we'll spot him on the 34. And that is Lake football right there. Down 10, early third quarter, 3rd and 9. And run that ball and trust the process.
Yes, absolutely.
So it'll be Josh Landis in to punt on 4th and 6. Kyson Walker back on his 33-yard line awaiting the kick. Landis will have the wind at his back. Long count, good snap, no rush. Kick is away, high floater. And he's going to let it bounce, and it's going to take a huge Lake bounce inside the 10-yard line. That ball hit outside the 30, and Lake is going to down it on the 4-yard line. I don't know why Walker didn't come up and field it, but it cost his team about 20-plus yards of field position, and now Perry will start their first possession of the second half on their own 4.
Yeah, that's a big play. You know, you teach those returners, you know, you got that option to fair catch it. You got to just come up, fair catch it, take care of the ball. The official's going to protect you. As soon as that ball hits the turf, you don't know which way it's going to go, and usually it's not in your favor.
So Perry out there with Austin Maddox. The senior quarterback, multiple-year starter, will go under center with the wing tee receiver near side right. That's Luke Wolf. On first down, the run is to the left. And yardage out over the 10 to the 11-yard line by Connor Shepard. Nope, it's Lawhon, Caleb Lawhon, junior. Shepard also a junior. And that's a nice pickup on first down. They just ran off tackle to the left. Picked up 9 yards.
Just a power play out right over top the tackle. Nice job up front by Perry.
Going to be down around 7 minutes left in the third when this play starts. Panthers 2nd and 1 with a 10-0 lead here almost midway through this third quarter. Handoff, left side, and a first down going back into the middle. And it is Connor Shepard that time. They'll spot him out to the 23-yard line. So 2 running plays, and the Panthers go from their to the 18-yard line, from their 4 to the 18. And they'll have a fresh set of downs. 6:55 left in the third quarter on the Sardis scoreboard. Stay tuned for the Paramount Elite Player of the Game following tonight's broadcast. Paramount Elite for all your general contracting and home restoration needs. McKinley up on Glen Oak 21-6 at halftime on the Sardis scoreboard. Glen Oak looking for their first win. I don't think anybody was expecting that in week 4. Another run to the left. And again, it's Shepard. Across the 20, still battling. Got players pushing him both ways. And he's going to pick up maybe 5 yards on the play. Braden Mitchell in there for Lake, among others. But it's a nice pickup on first down. Got about 5 yards. So Perry starting out very well on the ground here in the second half. Getting out of jail after the long punt roll inside the 5.
Yeah, Perry's just pinning their ears back and just going right at them right now. This is Perry football. This is what they want. They do a nice long drive here, starting the third quarter off for them.
Maddox under center in the wing tee, and comes in motion near side. And they give up the middle. Across the 25 to the 26. Again, it's Connor Shepard. Again, he picks up about 3. And it'll be third down again here for the Perry Panthers. Third and a couple. 5:20 to go in the third. Perry up 10-0 and it's churning up clock. Each team has had the ball once. Lake picked up 1 first down, but had to punt it away. And now the Panthers with the ball over the left side. Shepard again out to the 30. Let's see where they spot him. 29-yard line. And that is a Perry first down, according to the official on the far side of the field, and the chains are moved. So the Panthers pick up another first down. Zach Slate said in the paper last week after the game, he said, we have some tough players, but we're not really a tough team. They're showing some toughness here in this one tonight against a tough Lake squad.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, call your lineman out. They're going to take that to heart. So great coaching strategy there.
Wing T with the receiver out far side left. They run it right up the middle, right over the center. And Shepard out to the 33-yard line. Picks up 4. And we are under 4 minutes to go in this third quarter. And the Panthers now the 2nd and 6. Here comes Wolf to the near side as the wide out. Wing each way, 1 back. Maddox under center. Movement on the line. Flags from 3 different officials, and it's going to be a false start against the Perry Panthers. So break there for Lake. Getting Perry behind the chains for the first time on this possession. So they bring in extra linebacker, Gavin Salzwimmer, take out a lineman. Tom Lombardi comes to the near side. Lake lost Joe Esposito in the first half very early with what looked like an ankle injury. So 2nd and 12. Maddox hands off. And a dive out across the 30 to the 31 for Connor Shepard. And they'll put it on the 32. So it'll be 3rd down and 8. And we're going to be down around 2.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter after this play is run. Each team has had the ball once in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, when you're behind, and I've been on the sideline like Lake, and you're playing Perry, you're behind. You look at this clock, and you just, as an offensive coach, you don't know, you have no answer for it, and you know you have to be perfect now, and that's what Lake's going to have to do the rest of this ball game.
3rd down and 8 for Perry. It's a sweep to the near side. Here comes Walker. Lake has men there to take care of him at the 31-yard line. Tackled by the Blue Streaks, Hunter Patterson and Corey Datsko-Miller and Dylan Sponseller. So the penalty was big there, setting Perry back, and now they'll have to punt it on 4th down and 7 on their 32. On the Sarda scoreboard, Carrollton 21, Howland 14. Here's the punt. High wobbler, fair catch taken on the 37-yard line. 31 yards on the punt, no return.
When you drive a vehicle so reliable it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty, you stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Find out what you're capable of in a vehicle that inspires confidence around every corner. Lease a new 2024 Sportage LX for $259 a month for 24 months with $34.99 due at signing for well-qualified lessees. Kia, movement that inspires.
Warranties include 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain and 5-year, 60,000-mile basic. Warranties are limited. See retailer for details. Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. New 2024 Sportage LX 2.5-liter 8AT FWD excludes hybrid PHEV, $28,565 MSRP. MSRP includes destination handling and excludes taxes, title, registration, license fees, options, and retailer charges. No security deposit required. Actual prices set by dealer and may vary. Subject to credit approval by Kia Finance. Lessee is responsible for insurance, maintenance, repairs, 20 cents per mile, over 10,000 miles a year, excess wear, and a $400 termination fee. Subject to dealer participation. Offers may not be combined except where specified. Must take delivery by 9/30/24. Limited inventory available.
Second and 10. Quire takes the snap, runs to his left to the 40 to the 41. And the Panthers gang tackle him there.
Once again, Quire there on the run. I wish these quarterbacks would follow Christopher. He seals the side like he's a big kid. He blocks well. It's like having a guard in front of you, and they want to cut it up. I follow him till he hits someone.
Dom Scott, Connor Shepard combining on the tackle. From the 41, 3rd and 7 for Lake. 1:15 left in the 3rd. Lake trailing Perry 10-0. Quire rolls out to his right. Looking, still looking, rolling, throwing deep downfield. It's up for grabs, and it's intercepted. Perry intercepts back on the 32-yard line. Didn't see who came down with the football. It might have been Kevlin Belknap. And the second turnover of the night. Lake had the deflected interception in the second quarter. Lake had a pass, or Perry had a pass picked off in the second quarter as well.
Yeah, Quire forced that one. He was on the sprint out to the right, just nothing there, and he just tried to force something over the top and got picked off. Like I said, you give Perry the ball back here, a minute left in the 3rd. You don't get a lot of chances to score.
Maddox under center. He's going to go straight back to throw. Now he's scrambling around with a flag down, running out to the left to the 30 to the 34-yard line. And this one's probably going to be a hold. And it will be a holding call against the Panthers. They might have outfoxed themselves on that play. It's not only the clock stops, but they'll be moved back to about the 20. Let's see where they put the ball down. About the 21-yard line. 55 seconds to go in the third quarter on the Sardis scoreboard. Perry with a 10-0 lead on Lake. Green 14, Hoover 10. That is in the third quarter. So first and 20. The Fox helicopter up there, Fox 8 chopper.
Yeah.
Somebody's chopper is up there. Second and 20. Maddox in the pistol. It's a run. Walker out to the left, and he can't get away from the defender out there, Corey Datsko Miller. I believe making the tackle, unless that was, yeah, that was Corey. And the ball will be at the 22. 1 yard on the play, and that will be the last play of the third quarter. So after 3 from Perry, it's the Panthers 10, Lake nothing. You're listening to High School Football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
Hartville Sports Cards, located on Grand Turk Avenue in Hartville, is here for your sports collecting needs. Specializing in modern sports cards, singles, and boxes, they provide a range of services including buying, selling, trading, grading, and consignment. Their mission is to foster the growth of the hobby within their community, offering collectors of all ages the opportunity to connect with their favorite players and sports through cards. Hartville Sports Cards. Love the hobby.
This is High School Football on Q92, presented by Sarshone Auto Group.
Let's speed it up now. A little bit different. 1, 3, 2, 1, 3.
Fourth quarter coming up.
3, 2, 1.
From Perry here on Q92. Clint Scroggs and Brian Beatty bring you the action of a week 1 of Federal League play. The 3-0 Lake Blue Streaks trailing the 2-1 Perry Panthers 10-0. All the points scored in the second quarter. 46-yard run by Kyson Walker and a 50-yard field goal by Brock Huggins, the only scoring in the ball game, and the Lake Blue Streaks continue to be stymied offensively. Perry will have a 2nd and 19 to start the fourth quarter. They will now head away from the scoreboard toward the high school at Keith Wakefield Stadium. Wind has died down a little, but still at the backs of the Panthers. Austin Maddox. I have one in the backfield with him. 2 receivers, or 1 receiver near side, wings to either side. Quick hitter up the middle. And it's Shepard, I believe, to the 25. And just across the 25. So it'll be 3rd down and 15. A couple of penalties on their last 2 possessions, keeping the Panthers from maybe churning out more time. Used about 4 or 5 minutes on their first possession of the half, but had a false start, put them behind the chains. They eventually had to punt. Here it was a holding call on 1st down. Third down and 15 from the 26. Walker in motion right. It's going to be a quarterback draw. Maddox up the middle, 30 to the outside, 35, gets a block to the outside, and he's to the 40 and across the 45-yard line. Maddox got blasted right along the sideline. No flag, but a big play for the Perry Panthers. Is there a flag somewhere else? Because the Panthers are not celebrating.
No.
Like a team that just had a big play there. Didn't see the signal unless it was holding.
I think it might be holding. I think.
In any case, instead of being out close to the 50, the Panthers will be back inside their 20-yard line on the 16. And it'll be 3rd down and about 25. Luke Wolf in with a play from the far side. One out to the right. And again, the double wing, one back. Maddox under center. Walker in motion right. They'll hand it off. And Shepard bouncing to the outside to the 20. Battling his way out to the 24-yard line.
A nice run there, but unfortunately, you're third and forever. So, but you get rid of these penalties, these mistakes, the mental mistakes, for sure.
It'll be 4th down and 17 from the 24, and Perry will have to punt on the Sardis scoreboard. Louisville 24, Marlington 13. They're halfway through the third quarter. Here's the snap, and the kick is away with the wind at his back. It's going to go to DeGeorge, back in his 38, stutter step up the middle now, and he's across the 50 into Perry territory on the 47-yard line.
I think we had one flag in the first half, and now we got another one down there.
Going to have a block at the back, I think, here against Lake. So that will keep the Blue Streaks from starting in Perry territory. And we had, one or two penalties in that first half?
I think we had one offsides and a sideline warning in the first.
So Lake will take over on their 40. It's not a disaster, but it will be 1st and 10 for the Blue Streaks. Oh, they're going to mark it off from the 40. Oh, boy. My mistake.
Yeah, spotted the foul. That was close watching the replay.
So they'll put it on the 30. Lake will have it 1st and 10 with 10:06 to go in the fourth quarter. They trail 10-0. And the penalties have kind of upset the rhythm here in the last few moments.
Yeah, that's 22 yards of field position they lose there.
Alex Quire in the pistol. 4 receivers, 1 back. They'll hand it up the middle, and again, nothing there for the Lake offense. They'll stop him right on the 31, so a 1-yard pickup for Matson, who is their second leading rusher on the season. Davis Matson, the junior. He came in tonight with 182 rushing yards, 1 behind Charlie Christopher. I don't know if Lake's over 100 yards of offense tonight. They, I don't think, had 60 at halftime. And this is only really the second time they've had the ball here in the second half. With 9.5 minutes to go. Quire takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Going to throw down the middle, has a man to George 50. Caught from behind with a first down at the Perry 38-yard line. Ty DeGeorge on the catch. So they pick up the penalty yardage and then some. They'll start on the 38 with a 1st and 10, and that was a perfect pass by Quire right down the middle of the field. Matson with him in the backfield. Now here comes DeGeorge on the end around. It's a fake, and the quarterback keeps it. Quire with a nice gain inside the 35, down to around the 32-yard line. So he picks up 6 there, 2nd and 4.
A little power read there by the quarterback. The only thing I would suggest is put that ball away. He's swinging it around there a little bit. Too much for my liking.
Trips out to the far side left, 1 to the near side. That's Hunt. And they'll quickly throw it out to DeGeorge on the left side, looking for room to run. Puts his head down, gets inside the 30, and still moving the pile forward, close to the 28, and that's going to be another Lake first down. So the Blue Streaks, who had to start on their 30 after the penalty, now have a couple of first downs and some momentum inside the Perry 30-yard line on the 28.
Another bubble play there. I could see something coming off the bubble. You could throw it out there to DeGeorge, and he's a quarterback also. You could have a double pass or just a fake bubble with a move off of it, a post move.
10 on the play clock as they get the signals in from the near sideline. Quire, fake handoff, throw it to the far side and almost intercepted. That one didn't look like it was on the same page. Ethan Hunt, the intended receiver, wasn't totally committed on the break. It seemed the pass was behind him a little bit, and the Perry defender got a hand on it, maybe 2 hands on it, just couldn't hang on to the football.
Yeah, you got to come back to that pass. It wasn't a bad ball, but Hunt, you need to come back to that pass. You get to your mark, then come back to the ball.
Clock stops with 8:06 to go. Lake trailing 10-0, and they have it 2nd and 10 on the Perry 28-yard line.
You come back to that ball and make that defender come over top you, and you get the interference call.
Hunt out to the left side, trips near side right. One back, Alex Quire in the pistol. Takes the snap, going to roll to the near side. Stops, looking deep, now being chased. Rolls left side, throws inside the 10. It's caught by Hunt on the juggle. Makes a man miss and takes it inside the 10 and down to around the 5-yard line. Quire could have run the ball there, but he looked downfield and found his man. And here comes Lake with the heavy package from the 5-yard line. They're going to bring in a whole bunch of linemen and big backs.
Yeah, great job by Quire there. Like you said, he had some room to run, but had his eyes upfield, made a nice throw, and picked up the first down.
1st and goal on the 5. First time in the RG Drake red zone for either team tonight. Lake down 10-0 and threatening for the first time. Man comes in motion right. It's going to be a quarterback run to George, trying to get to the outside, and he's hit for a loss back at the 11-yard line. All those blockers up there for Lake, and somehow Connor Shepard slipped through and made the tackle for a -5. They'll put him on the 10.
Yeah, you could tell Perry was ready for that. That's what the play that Lake ran to win the game against McKeesport. They went for 2, and they ran that same play, but Perry had it sniffed out there.
So it'll be 2nd and goal on the 10. DeGeorge will come in. Looks like he's going to be the quarterback here. 10 on the play clock as they break the huddle. 2 out to the left, 1 to the near side, wing left, Christopher the back. To the right of his quarterback, DeGeorge fakes the handoff, runs near side, trying to get to the edge. He does. He's to the 5. He's into the end zone. And Lake is on the board with 7 minutes to go.
Yeah, that's just your simple zone play there. DeGeorge is reading the defensive end went crashing in, didn't have a chance to get back outside, had no contain, and he took the ball and head toward the pylon.
Extra point coming. Kick on the way. And good by Braden Talkington. And with 7:03 to go on the SARTA scoreboard, it's now Perry 10 and Lake 7. You're listening to High School Football presented by the Sarstone Auto Group on Q92.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
This is high school football on Q92, presented by Sarshone Auto Group.
The Lake Blue Streaks go 70 yards for the touchdown. Final 5 yards by Ty DeGeorge. Talkington for the kickoff. Two back deep for Perry, standing inside their 5. The run up and the kick, low line drive, and it's going to bounce at the 5. Walker fumbling it at the goal line, picks it up. He's out to the 5, to the 10 along the far sideline, and they're going to stop him short of the 20-yard line on about the 17. And now the Perry Panthers with 6:58 to go, with maybe their biggest possession of the season up to this point.
Absolutely. I can see Perry coming out here, get rid of the mental mistakes. The last 2 drives have really hurt them, the holding penalties and offside. So,
yeah, they look to be in the driver's seat. On their first possession of the third quarter, they were driving, running clock, but penalty put them behind the chains, and they've not been able to hold on to the ball since then. On first down, fake handoff. Maddox up the middle, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage and not much else. Tackle for the Blue Streaks by Ryan Lippy. So it'll be 2nd down and 9 from the 16-yard line with 6:40 to go. Luke Wolf in with a play from the far side of the field. Actually, that's Jaden Wilson. He'll go out to the right. Wolf and another receiver to the near side, wing right, and Maddox in the pistol, rolls right. Throws out there, caught at the 22, and an immediate tackle. Ethan Hunt brings down Wilson. They spot him on the 22-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 3 for Perry with 6 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Panthers with a 10-7 lead. Wilson again in with a play. He'll split wide to the near left side. Walker inside him. Wing right. Maddox under center on 3rd and 3. Wilson in motion right. Handoff to Shepard. He's hit in the backfield. He gets away, and he's got a first down out to the 25, or very near a first down. He was hit in the backfield, but bounced off and picked up the huge first down for the Perry Panthers. Connor Shepard, 220-pound junior, with a huge play for the Panthers.
Yeah, yards after contact there for sure. Kept his feet going. Great run.
5:20 to go. 10-7 for Perry. The Panthers with a 1st and 10 on their 26. Back in the wing tee. Run up the middle. Not much room for Shepard. Again, they're piling up in there, and they'll get him down around the 27. So maybe a 1-yard pickup on the play. Under 5 minutes to go. 2nd and 9 for Perry. The Panthers lost in the final minute last week against Harding, giving up a 90-yard touchdown drive and a touchdown run with about 30 seconds to go, and then they had a pass intercepted at the goal line on the last play. Shepard in the backfield. Maddox under center. And they toss it around the near side. Coming for the sideline. Walker can't get there, and he's going to go down for a loss. Panthers trying to run sideline to sideline, and it cost them as Walker goes down on the 25. That's going to be a loss on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 11 with 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, nothing there. He just kept on trying to stretch it. They had a bad lead back, and Lake with great pursuit there.
Wilson in with a play from the far sideline. 3:45 to go. Perry by 3. 3rd and 11 on their own 25. Maddox under center. And they give it to Walker, and he sets up the throw. He's going to throw it deep far side, and it is caught. First down, Perry on the 40-yard line. Perfect pass by Kyson Walker. Jaden Wilson came down with the ball. And a huge play for the Perry Panthers. 34 yards and 1st and 10 on the late 40.
Yeah, just a sweep, a perfect football. For someone that's not warmed up and just comes in and throws the football, that was on the money. Couldn't have put it any better. Might have been the best pass of the night.
I think you might be right. And the first deep ball to be completed, I believe. They had 2 defenders down in that area. One of them looked to get a hand in there, but didn't get a hand on the ball. So the clock's still running. And with 3:02 to go, Perry will call their first timeout. So they lead at 10-7. They'll take a timeout from the Lake 40 with 3:02 to go. We'll take a break. You're listening to High School Football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
By choosing Life Care Family Health and Dental in Canton as your medical home, you'll have access to a variety of integrated health services, including dental, vision, women's health, children's health, and behavioral health. Life Care's goal is to provide comprehensive and coordinated medical care to maximize health outcomes for you and your family. If you are sick, we have same-day appointments for our current patients. For information on how to become a new patient, visit lifecarefhoc.org. At Life Care Family Health and Dental, you will never get turned away.
This is high school football on Q92, presented by Sarshone Auto Group.
On the Sardis scoreboard, late third quarter, McKinley 28, Glen Oaks 6. End of the third, Louisville 24, Marlington 13. 43-6, East Canton over Minerva. At the end of the third. Here it's Perry 10, Lake 7, 3:02 to go. Perry with a 1st and 10 on the Lake 40-yard line. Austin Maddox turns, gives it off to Shepard, running right. They're trying to steal the ball away. He goes down on the 40, and now Lake will call the timeout with 2:55 to go. That'll be their first timeout.
Yeah, that's going to force Lake to use timeouts here the rest of the game.
Reminder to stay tuned following the game for the Paramount Elite Player of the Game. Paramount Elite for all your general contracting and home restoration needs. And a lot of candidates tonight. We've had some games this year where it was pretty much a done deal who was going to be, but we'll have to do some thinking about that one tonight.
Absolutely.
Other scores on the Sardis scoreboard. Triway continuing to lead Fairless 10-7 in the third. Jackson 21, Mayfield 13, Green 21, Hoover 10. Canton South 28, Orville 21. Alliance 19, Ellett 12. Central has come back to take the lead on Salem 21-14. And here it's Perry 10, Lake 7 with 2:55 to go. And Perry will have a 2nd and 9 on the Blue Streaks 39-yard line. Imagine we'll see 2 more runs and 2 more timeouts.
Yes. You might see Mr. Huggins after that.
Possibly, depending on where they get to.
Yeah.
Wing T, receiver far side right. And it's a handoff, and it's a reverse. Coming back to the near side. It's Wolf to the 40, to the 30. Gets a block to the 20 and down to the 15-yard line. 2 trick plays in the final moments called by Zach Slates and the Perry Panthers. And they're going to have a first down at the 15-yard line. We'll have a timeout for an injured leg player. It is number 11, Braden Mitchell, who's down out by the 45-yard line. But a huge play there for Perry as they went with the sweep handoff to the right and then pitched back to the man coming to the left side. And he had a lot of open room, and he got a couple of great blocks downfield.
Yeah, great play. Another great play call that, like we've been saying, you said it earlier in the game, stuff they haven't shown at all this year. Great block by number 34, Dominic Scott. A clean block, really popped that around the end, and that really cleaned it up. A great block.
Braden Mitchell up on his feet and coming off the field. This is don't want to see it this way, but it's a free timeout here for Lake, who have 2 remaining with 2:44 to go. And 10-7 Perry, and the Panthers 1st and 10 on the Lake 15-yard line. So Lake still with the 2 timeouts remaining, but Perry definitely in scoring position, especially with their kicking game. They have Shepard in as the running back. 2 wings and a receiver to the near side left. Walker goes in motion. They give it to Shepard. Up the middle. Cuts back to the 10, to the 5, and down to the 3-yard line. 1st and goal, Panthers. Tackle by Christopher and by Spotseller. And with 2:29 to go, the clock stops on the first down, and now it will run again. Dan DeGeorge not electing to take a timeout here as Perry with a 3-point lead and the ball on the Lake 3. Lake still with 2 timeouts, but not using one here as Perry comes to the line of scrimmage with 2 minutes to go in the game. They lead by 3, and now a flag. And what? Before the play started. Too many on the field, maybe? No, a procedure call against Perry. They barely got to the line of scrimmage when the flag came in.
The center picked the ball up, or what happened there?
So that'll back them up to the 8-yard line. And it'll still be 1st and goal with 1:59. So all that time ran off the clock. Now Perry will still have 4 chances. Not sure what the referee, he's talking to Dan DeGeorge, I think, on the near sideline. He's standing out in the middle of the field talking to him. And now the play clock will begin. Game clock will stay at 1:59.
I think Coach wanted to make sure the game clock wasn't going to start there.
Shepard, the lone setback. Maddox under center, man in motion right. They go to Shepard right side, and he is thrown down to the turf immediately. And a timeout here for Dan DeGeorge on the no gain play. Clock stops at 1:54 remaining. Lake down to their final timeout. They trail 10-7 with 1:54 remaining. Green 21, Hoover 10 after 3. Green at the Hoover 30-yard line on the SARTA scoreboard.
Whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Perry got their 10 points in the second quarter. They had a 46-yard touchdown run by Kyson Walker, a 50-yard field goal by Brock Huggins. Huggins was just short on another 50-yard attempt right before halftime. And Lake, on their only time threatening, got a 5-yard touchdown or 10-yard touchdown run from Ty DeGeorge. So out of the timeout, Perry goes to the line of scrimmage with a 2nd and goal on the 8. They lead 10-7 with 1:54 to go. Lake with 1 timeout remaining. Again, Walker in motion right. Again, they run it right with Shepard to the 5 to the goal line, and he is in for the Perry touchdown. The Panthers put it away on the touchdown run by Connor Shepard, his 3rd touchdown of the season. And an extra point away from a 10-point lead. Brock Huggins for the extra point. Snap, ball down, kick up, and good. 1:50 to go on the SARTA scoreboard. Perry 17, Lake 7. You're listening to High School Football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
Get into SARTA and get SARTA Smart. Not sorta smart, SARTA Smart. Did you know we have 32 fixed routes? Just think of all the places that'll take you. So many of your SARTA destinations to shop, eat, entertain, have fun, learn, and earn. Catch any of them at our 4 transit centers. You'll find them in Alliance, Belden Village, Canton, and Massillon. That's how you get into SARTA and get SARTA Smart. Visit sartaonline.com/smart.
This is high school football on Q92, presented by Sarshone Auto Group.
1:50 to go from Perry. The Panthers with a huge drive. Said they needed their biggest drive of the season, and they cashed in on the touchdown. The big play, the halfback pass on 3rd and long to get them into Lake territory. And then another end around, a reverse play to get them inside the RG Drake red zone. And Connor Shepard with the 8-yard touchdown run to put the Panthers up 17-7. Huggins to kick it off with the wind at his back. And he blasts another one out of the end zone. Again, hitting on the end line. So Lake with 1:50 to go and 1 timeout will start on their 20-yard line. Next week, TBA.
Yes.
We'll see. Next week, let's see on the schedule. Alliance and Central, Jackson and Green, Glen Oak and Lake, Perry and McKinley, Aquinas and Minerva, Fairless and Northwest, all playing on Q92, Q92radiosports.com, as well as on YouTube and Facebook next week. So pay attention to all of those to find out where Brian and I will be next Friday night, because at this point we don't know. Here is a fake handoff, and Quire under pressure, rolling out to the left, and he's going to go down right around the line of scrimmage in the arms of John Clintworth, as the Perry lines, offensive and defensive, have done a great job here tonight. They have been the aggressors on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, especially the second half. That play was odd. I'm not sure what the route concept was there.
Here's a quick throw to the near side, and it's caught out of bounds. Goes Luke McClure at the 28-yard line. It'll be third down. We have a flag on the far side of the field. Just saw the flag. And an illegal man downfield against Lake, it looks like. So wipe out the completion, and that'll move Lake back from their 21 back to the 16. So a minute 19 to go, and the Blue Streaks will have a 2nd and 14. This is not a quick strike team, though they have some speed on that team. We've seen it.
Yeah, you can't have penalties, you can't have no mistakes here under a minute.
Here's a pump, and Quire wanting to throw it deep. Man coming back for it, makes the catch on the 43-yard line. Nice play by Ethan Hunt. He was covered deep, but he came back for the ball and made the catch on the 43. So they pick up the first down, 26-yard pickup to the 42.
Yeah, no reason to run really a double move. You know, you're not going to get beat deep. These DBs are got everything underneath them.
Quire rolling out to the left, stopping, firing downfield, and incomplete, broken up, intended for Spotseller. And the DB coming up to make the play. I think that was Maddox who came up and made the hit just as the ball was arriving and stopped the clock with 56.6 to go. Lake down 10 points on their own 42-yard line. So they can huddle up here. They'll send McClure and Spotseller and Hunt out to the left side, one to the near side. Play action, throw over the middle. Actually, that's Hunt coming from the near side as the quarterback got hit. The throw is high and the pass is high and incomplete. So 3rd and 10.
Trying to get something across the middle and just sailed that. Had pressure. He took a nice shot there right at the end.
So DeGeorge comes out, and Chase Fuller will come in for Lake. Again, go with the trips out to the left, one to the near side. Alex Quire takes the snap. Back in the pocket with time. Going to throw it deep down the middle. As a man down there, and it's almost intercepted. He had Chase Fuller running free down the middle of the field. The pass a little behind him. And the receiver had to take it away from Jaden Wilson to keep the interception from being made, and now it's 4th and 10.
Yeah, the wide receiver kind of broke that off to a post play, and he threw the seam, but he was wide open, and they would have let him.
6.5 minutes to go. Louisville leads Marlington 31-13. Looking for, I believe, their 3rd win of the season. Final, Carrollton 21, Howland 14. That was a fast one.
I think Howland joins the EBC next year.
I think you're right now that you mention it. Back to throw is Quire on 3rd and 10. Quick throw near side and a first down barely for Ethan Hunt, who had it and then gave it up trying to make a move. They will mark him out of bounds with a first down on the Perry 48-yard line with 37.8 to go. Panthers leading 17-7, so they're just playing contain right now. Back to throw. Quire looking over the middle, pulls it down, gets hit, gets away. Rolling out to his left, throwing deep far side, and it's caught on the sideline by McClure. He'll go out of bounds. Down in the Perry 26-yard line, so that's 20 on that play. And with 27.7 to go, it'll be 1st and 10. Clock will start on the snap. Quire rolling to the near side. Still rolling. Throwing back to the middle, and it's caught inside the 10-yard line. And down to the 8 goes Chase Fuller. It'll be a 1st and goal. That'll stop the clock with 18.8. Tackle on the play by Sam Altamore. Lake right back to the line of scrimmage. Clock running. They're looking to the near side for a play, and Lake with a timeout left, and they finally take it. They came up and were looking for a play, and the clock was running down to 12 seconds.
Yeah, you gotta come up there and spike the ball right away, so not waste a timeout down here. And about 6 seconds went off the clock. You got to get one in the end zone here quick if you want to have a chance on an onside.
Well, Perry up 10, so Lake needs 2 scores in the final 12 seconds. I don't know if that 6 seconds is going to make a huge difference, but I'd like to see them know what to do in that situation.
No one can. It's like 2 teams that can win a championship.
Hoover trailing Green 21-13 on the SARTA scoreboard. We'll have all the scores at the conclusion of this one, which has slowed down considerably. We were at 4 minutes to go in the third quarter at 8 o'clock, and now it's 9 o'clock, and we're in the final seconds of the fourth quarter. Well, that's all right. It's been a very good game.
Yes, it has.
Lake will come out with a 1st and goal on the 8-yard line. They trail by 10 with 12 seconds to go. We'll have 2 receivers each way. Quire with Christopher to his right. In the pistol, takes the snap, straight back to throw. Looking, pumps, looks, throws over the middle, deflected and almost intercepted. It was intended for DeGeorge, and the ball actually hit Shepard in the back. He didn't know where it was, and it fell to the turf. So now 5.9 to go. And it'll be 2nd and goal on the 8. Lake maybe could get 2 more plays here if they need them.
Alexander Quire pass is intended for Ty DeGeorge. Broken up by Connor Shepard in the end zone. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Quire comes in with the play. 5.9 to go. Center Troy Glasgow over the ball. And now a timeout for Perry. So we'll take it with 5 seconds to go. 17-7 Perry. You're listening to High School Football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
Finding the right space to open or relocate your business can mean the difference between success and failure. The real estate professionals at Putman Properties will help find the perfect commercial property to suit your needs. Putman Properties specializes in office, retail, warehouse, manufacturing, investment, and multifamily residential real estate. Looking to sell your commercial real estate? Putman Properties marketing professionals will utilize local, regional, and national networks developed over 30 years to command the highest yield available. Contact Putman Properties at 330-498-4400 or visit them online at putmanproperties.com.
This is high school football on Q92, presented by Sarshone Auto Group.
$5.9 to go in this one from Perry. The Panthers lead 17-7. Lake with a 2nd and goal on the Perry 8-yard line. Got their only score of the game early in the fourth quarter on a run by Ty DeGeorge. He's lined up as a slot left in the 4-receiver setup. Quire looking left to him, now throws over the middle, and it's going to be picked off in the end zone. Interception in the end zone. They're still fighting for it, but it is an interception. The touchback is called, And the interception by Perry's Jaden Wilson will end this game. The clock hits zeros, and this one is over. From Perry High School, the final score tonight, the Panthers 17, Lake 7. We will come back to wrap it up after a timeout. You're listening to High School Football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.
Sarshone Auto Group is Ohio's fastest growing automotive group with 6 locations in Northeast Ohio, featuring top brands like Chevy, Ford, Ram, Jeep, Dodge, and more. Experience the fast, friendly, no-pressure approach to car buying that makes Sarshone truly different. Visit Sarshone today or see the selection of thousands of new and used vehicles at sarshone.com. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
This is high school football on Q92, presented by Sarshone Auto Group.
Teams shaking hands at midfield as they file off to their own ends of the field. The Perry Panthers exuberant after their performance here tonight. A heartbreaking loss last week here at home against Warren Harding, but they come back in a big way here tonight against the Lake Blue Streaks and hand Lake their first loss of the season. Perry wins it 17-7. And our Paramount Elite player of the game tonight wasn't totally easy, but I think we came down on the right side tonight, giving it to Perry's Kyson Walker.
Yeah, absolutely. Had some nice runs, some nice early in the game, and then had a great halfback pass that I don't think it was in Coach Wakefield's playbook, but it was. I'd like to know when the last time a halfback pass was run by Perry. But yeah, great game by him. You can give it to up front of the Perry Panthers tonight too. Both sides of the ball, they took control for sure. So, and that's impressive against a very good Lake team. So, hey, Federal League football, it's here.
It is, and Perry with a statement win here tonight, and maybe the biggest win for Coach Zach Slates. That remains to be seen, but the Perry Panthers are here, and they're going to be a factor in the Federal League. Lake will be too as well, no doubt about that, but they fall here tonight at Perry. The final score, the Panthers 17 and the Lake Blue Streaks 7. That'll wrap it up from Perry. Thanks to Ryan Rainsberg back at the studios. Ryan Bevere, get well soon, and thanks to my partner, Brian Beatty. My name is Clint Scroggs. Thanks for joining us tonight. Again, our final, Perry 17, Lake 7. You've been listening to High School Football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92.